You're locked in to WWE Fastlane, the review. And of course, that's right, it's a Saturday night MOnetize. This has been interrupted by World Wrestling Entertainment. Jade Cargill's here. What a weird finish to the show tonight. What the hell was that? What a bizarre finish, dude. What a bizarre finish. It's the WWE Fastlane Review 2023 Plus. It's Saturday night, and you know what that means. We're on drugs, brother. Come for the beer, stay for the hookers. It's Saturday night. Joe Cronin Show. Get your alcohol.
50 million views.
Get your cocaine.
The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
That show ended terribly.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother.
This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! Oh! I wanna kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
We're going to Israel. No, I'm just kidding. What's up? Jade is here. Look at her. Look at Jade, man. Look at that. Oh my God, she's luscious. The luscious Jade Cargill. Tony Khan saw her first. Tony Khan broke her in and they grabbed her. It's almost like I predicted it. I said, drop what you got to do. Get her now. It took 2 years, but here she is. Look at that. They've already got her in the silver china. Plus, CARLITO was there tonight. All right, we're getting ready. We're getting weird. The alert's going out, man. We are live for the Fastlane review tonight. We just saw Jade appear. She didn't really do anything else, but, like, why would you arrive at the pay-per-view dressed up to wrestle and then not wrestle? I don't get that part, but that's fine. There for a photo shoot. Lick the game's taint. I don't know. But either way, I'm excited. Are you? I hope so. Hit that like button, and if you guys are going to be donating tonight to the show, Streamlabs link is up top. Stream Elements is in the description box down below if you have credit card problems. Or Superchats work. Become a member. We're doing double duty tonight, baby. We're doing double duty. It's Fastlane. It's a little bit of that MOnetize this Saturday night. We got a full case of fentanyl tonight. Everyone's gonna OD. Okay? Everybody's gonna OD. So fuck them. Because we're ready to go. Triple H, look at that style. He's like style and profiling right there. It's unbelievable. It's sexy too. Let me tell you that. And he probably feels that way because of Jade. He probably feels real special. Oh, we're going to go in the Discord in a second.
Shit, bum.
Shit, bum.
Wasn't bad, just mostly bland.
Yeah.
Cody Jey tag champs.
Cody Rhodes and Jey are the tag team champions now. And pretty big shot was made to... This was a lackluster show, though. Like I said yesterday, I said, I don't think they'll do anything. I don't think they'll really do anything, and we'll have to wait. And that is what happened. Unfortunately, my biggest fear was realized. I was hoping that, I'd be wrong about that in a way, that like something they'd pull some kind of surprise that I didn't know about, I didn't think about, something like that. They didn't do it though, man. It went down exactly like, I really thought it would, which was just small little fast lane show. That's it. But the good news is the show's not $50, $60 or whatever the hell, because that would have been a much harder pill to swallow, a much more difficult pill to swallow. So thankfully that wasn't the case. And I thought Seth Rollins was busted open. I didn't realize the red mist was spit into his face. I was like, damn, Seth got busted open. And he wasn't. So it was not 50, 60. That was too bad. You know what I love it is on Twitter now, when you put up a video, you can click on it and it plays on Twitter instead of taking you off the platform. So good job by Twitter, or X rather. X. The weird finish to the show. Look at that. Harder pill to swallow. A much more difficult pill to swallow. And it plays now on Twitter. That's so great. I mean, until they get their own live, better live streaming thing. That's nice of them to do that. Beautiful stuff. X, good job. Shout out to everybody who's been listening. I know it's been tough times this month, but we did get a show that I would probably give this a 6 out of 10 tonight, a 5.5, 6 out of 10. Something like that. I'm not really sure, but it wouldn't be a very great rating. Let's head over to Discord and see what the hooligans on Discord are saying. We're done with WWE Fastlane. We'll do Fastlane for a bit tonight, and then we'll go into our off the on the rail. Rastafa's back. Where you been, brother? What do you think tonight?
Fastlane was solid. I was actually surprised by this card because there wasn't really much advertised. And the fact that we got CARLITO back, again, will we see him more often or more frequently on SmackDown maybe? Or will we see him more often since that, WWE technically has him on contract? That would be interesting. As far as what they would feature him to do would be interesting. Solid card tonight. Again, there were some things that I felt were repeated too much in almost every match, but overall, I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was, I thought it was okay tonight. It felt like a little show. It felt like, it felt like was one of those little in your houses. Back in the day, that you'd get SummerSlam, you'd get another big show. But every once in a while, there'd be that little, 3-hour in your house that barely felt like a pay-per-view, but it was sort of a special event. That's what this felt like.
Can I just say this as a sidebar? Seth Rollins, and you might disagree with me, Joe, but he kind of reminded me when he sold everything that Nakamura dished out on him,
Shawn,
like a very young Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he was dressed like Shawn tonight, kind of. He has got his ring attire.
Young Shawn Michaels, he's in his late 30s.
Yeah, he's more of a yeah, exactly. It's weird that all of a sudden he was selling more. I really honestly though, I think it's the tights that's making you think of that, because his tights were a lot like Sean's tights tonight. They weren't like Seth Rollins sometimes doesn't have tights that look like that. And he was selling his hair and the pants, and he very, very Sean-esque tonight. A lot of things. I thought the same thing though, Ristava. So you're not alone there.
I disagree with you, Ristava, when I say a solid show. I think it was a meh, whatever show. The opening was really good. The Cena and LA Night match was pretty decent. I like the way it ended. And the main event was good, but the problem is that ending was so fucking like, what? Like, oh, the match is over?
Yeah.
Like, that should have been, honestly, like when he hit that suplex to the table, I'm like, oh, they're getting up, they're going to go to the ring, they're going to do something in the ring, and then like we're going to get a cash in. But instead, nothing happened.
It was very similar. It was very similar to the Becky Lynch finish that happened not too long ago, where it was outside the ring, and I believe it was on Raw or something like that. And that was kind of the similar finish. And for me personally, yeah, I mean, I didn't agree with it, but overall, as far as the match went, I thought it was good. Yeah, I thought the finish should probably be maybe on the announce table as a spot, or maybe, backstage or something like, that was different. But, we got through
I don't know. All I'm saying, what's the point of bringing fucking Carlito back if you're not even going to use his theme song? Fuck you, whoever decided to change it. How much does it possibly cost to use the Jim Johnson theme? Like, honestly.
I think
like
they own, don't they own, no,
bucks?
wait, they own that, don't they?
Yes, they do. And they
apparently not, because they're using some garbage cover. This was not a cover; it's a completely new song.
That's a choice. That they didn't use it on purpose.
Why?
I don't know.
Sucks.
I'm not
It's
them.
a horrible theme. You get Carlito to come back. Literally, like one of the only things that you can do for a big pop for a superstar who's coming back is to use their old theme. Imagine like Brock Lesnar came out, or like I know it's not the equivalence, but like imagine somebody who hasn't been around for a while comes back, but they're like using WWE 2K generic music. Like who the fuck thought that was a good idea? I don't even care if like Carlito said, "Oh, I want a new theme." Go fuck yourself. Its theme sucks. Who gives a shit? Why did he come out? Why did he come in late into the match? What was the point of that?
The point of that was basically they wanted the anticipation for whoever the third man was going to be. I get it, but not necessarily agreed with it. And that's kind of why he was one of the worst matches for me of the night. I necessarily wasn't the biggest fan of the tag match with LA Knight and Cena. I was expecting more, but that match in particular with the LWO, yeah, that was the worst match for me tonight.
Ristava, can we talk about the opening match that started off the show?
I would love to,
the
personally.
tag team title match. That was crazy.
Well, wait. So before we do, Mastodon, just to make it clear, I'm not mad that they ended the match with a last man standing, you fucking moron. I'm saying, why would you end it in such like that suplex for the table didn't even feel like a finish to the match spot.
Yeah,
it was just like, oh, we went to the table. And then I thought they were going to lead to a bigger ending, but also Seth winning, just like, who cares? It's a who cares feud with a who cares result of the match.
And also,
the most interesting thing would have been the cash-in.
The last 7 minutes of it took place in front of 3 fat people that didn't seem to give a damn either.
Yeah.
Did you? I mean, the two guys, they were like high-fiving, but they couldn't get out of their seats. And the black lady all the way to the left, she looked like she didn't want to be there, and she hated her life. She was like, "Man, fuck this. I don't want." She, like, bro, they had to end the match in front of the overweight handicap section. Like, what the hell was that? Those people just sitting there. It made it look stupid. I don't know. It was very weird how they ended it in front of those people.
Not mad that somebody won the match from last man standing, but the spot was not very interesting. Like, it wasn't a big, a match-ending spot. And again, nothing happened at the end of the match, which is like so weird because like they even set it up earlier, like, oh, they took the briefcase away from Damian. So like, okay, well then something is gonna happen. Maybe Punk does return, or maybe that was a fake out or anything. But instead it's just like, oh, he wins, and that's the end. And it's like that feud wasn't set up at all to be a main event either way. So I just don't understand why that was chosen to close the show.
Well, it was said that he was injured, though. I mean, for Damian Priest, just going back to him real quick, because he had the leg issue. But going towards the main event, I mean, even during the spot where Seth got blinded by the red mist,
Yeah.
I wanted there to be something more to that. Like if you remember the ladder match that I think it was Triple H and Rock had like years ago, like Triple H was really playing up the fact that he was blinded. Same thing with like even the Mister in the women's match. I'm like, I want more of the idea that I'm blinded and I'm handicapped and I can't see for a while. And then if I get water or something and I spray it on me, then I'm able to wipe it out to try to see again. That makes more sense. Seth didn't even do that.
If you're
So
is it like required if you're Japanese and in a title match to use?
And that's another
mist?
thing. That's another thing where it's like only the Japanese wrestlers have the authority to do that when nobody else can.
I thought Shinsuke was honestly gonna win when he sprayed him with the mist and put him through the table. I'm like, oh my god, the only time a Japanese guy wins the world title is using mist. That's like the only way they can win matches.
Or Tajiri, or like back in the day when Tajiri had the black mist and really blinded Rey Mysterio just to win the cruiserweight title or whatever the heck it was, you know. But it's a shame, man. It really is. But
anyway, talk about the opening match because I know Eric wants to.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why it happened.
It started off pretty hot. I mean, the fact that, you know, again, Michael Cole said it best on the commentary where, you know, he reminded the audience that Cody's a former tag champion, didn't realize he won it 6 times.
Yeah.
But they kept on bringing up the story that Jey Uso, this is his first time not teaming with his brother to go after a tag title. I was not expecting the finish, personally.
Right.
And
I liked it.
Yeah, no, I thought when the briefcase came into play, when Rhea and Dominic came out and Rhea hit, I think it was Cody, or it might have been Jay with the briefcase, and there was a kick out. I'm like, oh, wow, they're actually going to continue with this. They're actually might going to go over on this. And then the next thing you know, Cody, and they do like this version of, not like the 1D, but basically it's a Cody cutter, but Jay like lifts up one of the Judgment Day members, and I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time Jay has won a tag title without his brother, and he can say and lay the claim that I won more tag titles than Jimmy.
There was that, and it was also the fact that Cody, this is the first title Cody's won from WWE
in WWE,
like
since coming back, right?
Yeah, like over what, a decade, less than that, maybe.
He looked happy.
I don't know, like 9-10 years.
It's been a while.
And it's unfortunate though, because a lot of tag team peers are going, well, the tag titles are not really in like a proper focus just because there's a lot of storyline involved. But I'm like, dude, this is great, because first we had the Usos having it on for a long time, then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, then went to the Judgment Day. Now it's with, you know, back with Jimmy, and now back with Jay and Cody. It's pretty interesting television when it comes to the tag division. Plus, also,
like they
disputed tag titles, so they can go anywhere, Raw or SmackDown.
They're featured on, like, that's the thing. The tag titles are featured pretty much every week in the main event, or like in one of the most important spots of the card. Prior to, you know, like even during the Bloodlines reign, like there was a lot of times where the Usos didn't even, like, you know, show up to the pay-per-view with the title. Now it feels like the championship is very, like, you know, they're not the most important thing, but they main evented WrestleMania. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Yeah, they main evented Saudi. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn had a ton of matches and stuff that closed Raw. The Judgment Day were featured constantly as champions. And now Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, who you can make an argument that both of these guys are the top baby faces in the company, are the champions. I think it just does better for the titles and makes them more prestigious because, I mean, think about it like this. Remember there was a time where, like, there would be tag team champions and I wouldn't even remember who was champion. Like, remember the Viking Raiders at one point were champions.
A lot of champions.
I couldn't even remember. I can't even tell you how the Viking Raiders won the titles or when they lost the titles. I don't even remember.
It all blurs together, dude. It all blurs.
Or even the OC, like even the for me personally, it's like now we have and this is what the irony is. We have Cody and Jay having the tag titles on them. That gives them the excuse to go to SmackDown, which means Cody can now start planting seeds with Roman.
Yeah.
So they have an excuse.
Yeah, and now you can, like, do something with Cody and Roman finally, because, you know, the last feud they had for WrestleMania last year, they were very separate. Like it was almost as if Cody was the outsider coming into the Bloodline storyline. Now he seems to be more a part of that storyline. I wanted to just comment to Eric Keel in the chat. He says he wishes they do more with Jimmy Uso because Jimmy has the better look. Jimmy does not have the better look. Jimmy's wearing a T-shirt. I think he has man boobs, and that's the reason why he does that.
Oh, Luke, just to add on top
I'm
of
one
that,
to talk.
but Luke, Truth Lock in the chat goes, Jimmy's a better than Jay at driving drunk. That's cold, dude. Ooh.
I mean, it is. I mean, he probably is. He'd be like, I'm the grit driver. I can fucking do this, and he kills the whole family. I'm excited to see what they do with Roman and Jimmy. Like, that's going to be interesting to see, like, Roman's reaction to, like, Jimmy's cringy wannabe leader character. Thank you.
So this is the question. So now we have Jimmy and Roman going to be on technically the season premiere. I don't even know what that even means. Season premiere of SmackDown, where SmackDown technically was debuted, I think, in August of '99. So it technically wouldn't be. But
you could just say whatever. Like, it's the season finale premiere. Like, just put whatever title you need to put to make the show seem more interesting. Remember when they used to call certain SmackDowns Super SmackDown?
Super SmackDown was lame, bro. That was like...
There was, yeah.
Like, what the fuck,
They used to call Super SmackDown, and then there was a brief period of time where Raw had, like, a subtitle under it that said Raw, and then in blue, Super Show.
Right, because Raw and SmackDown were on the same show.
But why? But who thought that was a good idea? Raw and then like Super Show. They didn't even announce it as the Raw Super Show. A lot of the times they say "Welcome to Monday Night Raw," and then like every once in a while they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's Raw Super Show." Like it was so fucking forced. That was a weird period of time for WWE.
Yeah,
I think that's right after they ended the brand split.
Right now, it's even weirder for SmackDown because, like, there's constantly reports going on as far as where's SmackDown going to land when the contract's over. But, I mean, as of right now, I personally feel that SmackDown should stay on a network television channel because...
It's going to USA.
Well, yeah, USA. But, you know, I like the idea of different channels because it gives a different feel. I don't know why. That's just been me, but...
No, they signed a contract. They signed a big contract.
Oh, is it it's official?
Yeah, I think I just saw something about that a few days ago.
Interesting.
It was like, I think it was like $1 billion or $2 billion or some crazy amount to get them on USA Network. And it's
Fox deal, if I'm not mistaken, Joe, was $1 billion, and that was back 2014 or 15, whenever it was signed.
I don't remember.
So it was already like $1 billion contract. So they were not hurting for money when it came to that. Plus, also the SmackDown ratings have been outdrawing Raw's ratings for months. So I mean, the idea that they're moving, it's kind of weird. Plus also they're in a primetime slot despite the fact it's on a Friday. But you know, we'll see what happens in the coming months as far as like, you know, how that transition is going to go. But
it's funny though, they just signed a big $1 billion something deal with USA, and the USA Network couldn't even give them like 2 extra minutes for the DIY ending this past Monday. They cut them off.
Yep.
We just signed $1 billion deal with you. You can't give us a few extra minutes? No, Crystal knows best is coming on next.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
But AEW got 30 minutes or whatever it was the other day, 20 minutes, whatever. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was
TBS is just desperate. They'll give you anything.
Yeah.
That was ironic too, because they did that 2 weeks in a row where I think it was like the Judgment Day and everybody else, and they were fighting, and they just went straight to black. So it was like, you know, for 2 weeks we had that.
I just want to say really quickly, I know most of us here were watching Fastlane, but tonight Toni Storm ate Kiera Hogan's ass out.
Oh,
so
pardon me?
Yeah, tonight Toni Storm, she ate Kiera Hogan's ass.
Is this breaking news?
Well, I mean, I just saw it come up on my Instagram feed. In a reverse neck breaker clothesline, then she stepped around, then she grabbed Kiera Hogan's by the hips and then bit into her asshole.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
very
weird.
And you got mad at me when I said that all's Toni Storm is fucking sex appeal.
Well, but I mean, like, she was that way, but now she's got a character that's going on. But I just don't know what that has to do with eating Kiera Hogan's ass, though. That is
Well,
confusing.
that probably goes along with the psychotic gimmick that she's got, but it's a unique psychotic gimmick. So
Yeah, just I don't know. Every once in a while, you eat a girl's ass. I guess I don't know.
well, they're very close.
Wave face Killa. I just really don't think they should do Cody and Roman for the title at Rumble, especially if
No.
Cody's gonna win the title, because it's such a WrestleMania is such a big it's a big event, and it's like the perfect event to end the title reign. Yes, it would be predictable in a sense, but not really, because we all thought Cody was going to win this year. Like, everybody would have said, "Oh, Cody's going to win this year. It's so predictable," and then he didn't. So for like us to say, "Oh, it's predictable if it happens at WrestleMania," I
And
think it's a little. I think
and
it's stupid of us to say that, because it's not very predictable. I honestly, I thought tonight was going to be super predictable, and they threw a few curveballs at me that I wasn't expecting, like Charlotte getting pinned. I thought for sure it was going to be Asuka. Now, of course, even though Charlotte got pinned, she had to go over on Asuka in some way. Asuka had to tap out and look like a fucking loser. They always find a way in any triple threat match that Charlotte and Asuka are involved in to make it look like Charlotte was about to beat Asuka. Like,
Yeah.
any triple threat match they're involved in, Asuka looks like shit coming out of it.
And what's ironic, Luke, is that during the process of watching the show, you're realizing that all these, top-notch stars are all like, the big stars, like taking the L, whether they're not involved in the finish or not. Notice how, especially as the matches are going on, like the fact that, like, for example, Io Sky or somebody like that, people that you would not even think 10 years ago would be like the main event of what you would think. But then ironically, WWE's got so much faith in these guys. They're like, we're going to continue these title reigns on people that you would not expect to be the champion, especially since that Io Sky's first language isn't even English. And people like, Shinsuke Nakamura is speaking in Japanese full promo, but they're using the subtitles in order to convey the emotion. And yet, the whole game has changed with that. But going back to the idea with Roman and Cody,
Jay and Cody.
It's all coming down to the fact that they're trying to get Cody to win the Rumble. But then again, people are really talking about Gunther potentially winning the Royal Rumble if not he drops the IC belt
fuck
before
yourself.
the year is up. I'm just saying, dude, there's a lot of people talking about it, dude.
Who's talking about it?
I think that's a likely possibility, Gunther winning, because I think what they're going to do is they're going to have the Elimination Chamber, and then Cody's going to win that.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
They've done that before, where the Elimination Chamber determines the main event, even though it's supposed to be the Royal Rumble.
I was just
saying,
well,
Gunther
Mustafa, you heard it here. Mustafa's got a good point.
Gunther going for the World Heavyweight title while Cody goes after the WWE title.
Well,
I just want fucking Seth to drop that title as soon as he can, because I know everybody loves Seth and everybody's cheering. What? His fucking horrible song that's not even good. It's not even a good song. Like, I'd get it if it was a good song, but it's one of those stupid chant songs where, like, the whoa part, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like a Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, it's like
song.
preset for him to have this.
It's my birthday, so you became a
Texas Chode House.
My birthday month this year.
All right. Texas Chode House, thanks for becoming a member again. That's 7 months. Alex Oley with the donation before that. We are ready. I'm ready to unleash tonight. It's Saturday night. In WWE ruins MOnetize this Saturday night again with their stupid Fastlane show, and now we got to review that.
And the press conference.
Fuck that.
No, we don't.
I heard it was terrible.
The fucking press conference that.
What up?
Oh.
Wanted to say rest in peace to victims of carnage and violence in Gaza in past 24 hours. Yes, it was bad what Hamas did. They killed a few people, but PPL seemed to be okay with Israel killing hundreds afterward. Palestine has a right to defend itself.
They're all fucking idiots. They grabbed a bunch of innocent people and killed them. Like, how is that defending yourself?
Shit bum.
Did you notice they showed Shane's son sent on X?
I don't
really?
I don't know what that
They
means.
did.
Shone,
By the way,
what are you talking about? What does that mean? Shane's son sent? What?
I don't know what he means, but they showed Shane's son in the crowd, and I think what he meant by next is NXT. I don't know. But NXT was so weird. They did like a preview for NXT, and we're going to get like so many people. Cody's going to be there, probably Jay. John Cena's going to be there. Roman
Undertaker.
Reigns is apparently going to be there.
On the same night as Tuesday Dynamite, which
Yeah.
people keep arguing with me online. Going,
But that's not even the biggest thing. So once the preview for NXT like cuts to black, all of a sudden you hear the dong, and at first I'm like, oh my god, is that the Undertaker? And I was like, oh, maybe it was the Taco Bell gong. Like maybe they're brought to you by Taco Bell, but no, it's the Undertaker. So it's so strange because like, did they even announce that Undertaker was gonna be at the?
They did, yeah.
I don't even remember.
It was early on in the week. The internet kind of pretty much got a hold of the information that Undertaker was somehow going to be involved with NXT. We don't know if he's physically going to be there, but we know that he's going to make some type of presence felt somehow. Maybe in the video pack.
I hope someone's about to win a match on NXT, and all of a sudden, a big laser light is in someone's eyes, and you visibly see it, and the announcers go, "Oh, did you see that? Some kind of laser pointer got in his eyes." And then the bad guy kicks the guy in the balls, and then he wins. And then they zoom in on the crowd, and the Undertaker's sitting in the crowd with a laser pointer. And they're like, that's the Undertaker. But why did he do it? Why the hell did the Undertaker? Oh, my God, dude. I don't know why. It's so retarded. And it ends with the Undertaker, and he's got the sunglasses on. He's sitting there. He's got the laser pointer, and he's holding it, and he looks around, and he goes, just does that little lip snarl, and then they zoom, and then it ends. That's the show. The Undertaker blinded the good guy with the laser pointer. Then he comes out next week. Next week, Terminator Taker will explain why he did this. I did what I did because you're distracted. You've been distracted since day one, boy. And the guy's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I think I was gonna win the match. Mark, Undertaker. Whatever, did you call me a mark? Like, it's just stupid. I don't know.
I'm looking for Connor.
What's weird is that Roman is going to be, he's going to be I guess, in Braun Breaker's side.
No, Paul Heyman.
But it's just going to be. Oh, okay. Okay. Someone told me that Roman was going to be there.
I thought Roman was going to be there. I'd been saying that too. I'd heard that Roman was going to be there, and I believed it.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's going to be in Braun Breaker's corner, and I think John Cena is going to be in the former NXT's champion. Yeah, he's going to be in his corner.
Well, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee were making me laugh during the Bloodline match when they were saying, well, just imagine how pissed off Roman's going to be if the Bloodline loses tonight. And then like Pat McAfee was like, well, just imagine how pissed off he's going to be when he sees Paul Heyman's hair. I mean, the guy looks like he aged 20 plus years.
No. Even better, Luke. After the match when Cena and LA Knight won, I think it was Pat McAfee or somebody said, what do you think about, Paul Heyman's head going to be on a spike, when Roman gets back or whatever the heck was going on. So,
they did. I see Declan McMahon. I see it now. I found it. Okay.
Yeah, he was there. I think he goes to college.
Wow, he looks like Vince. He looks like a small Vince.
Dude, he goes to college and plays football. He probably looks like a young Vince when he played football in high school or whatever.
Yeah, dude, he looks like a smaller Vince McMahon. Look at him. He kind of does look like Vince. Holy shit.
Doesn't he go to school out in the Midwest? Or is it
he goes, I think
Ohio,
he's in the Indiana Hoosiers. He's the running back.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's what I thought.
Look at this.
They did an ESPN report on him or something not too long ago.
Dude, he's got that big Vince mouth, too. Look at that mouth open.
He's got the hair, bro.
Damn it.
He's got the dimple.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, wow. So John Cena tonight, because I just saw this pop up.
Wow.
John Cena just won his first pay-per-view match in 5 years. The streak is over.
Are you serious?
That's great. Yeah, it's crazy.
Thank God.
You know what? That makes sense. Makes sense. He has only come back to just put people over. So
he won a match and he's still losing his bald spot, but it's all good. We still love him.
Man, he really looks like Vince. That's amazing. Like, that's crazy.
Losing his bald spot. He's losing his hair, not his bald spot. Jesus, Rostov. Come on. Can't blame that one on a glitch.
Yeah.
It's a bald spot.
Brain glitch.
Yeah, but you don't lose a bald spot. I mean, you're wrong.
Well, again, you can lose more than just a bald spot. You can lose your mind. I lost mine.
You clearly have. What were you doing for all this time?
Well, Joe loses his mind from time to time. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
I like losing my, yeah.
Hey, here's my Dork Knight impression. Ready? You know what, Rostafa? I hope your whole family gets fucking murdered and killed in a horrible accident, and they all die. Sorry.
Wait, no, I'll tell you what Dork Knight.
Heel character.
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you what Dork Knight would say.
I'm a heel on this show, but on my own show, May Divorce Be With You and the Dorkenstein, whatever the fuck podcast, I'm like the good guy. I play a heel character.
When did Dork Knight decide to call out somebody's family and said they're all going to get killed? I've never heard him say that.
Dork Knight makes horrible he says horrible things.
No, let me tell you. I'll tell you what he would say. Let me tell you what he would say. Dork Knight would say, "My kids are better at sex than your kids." That's something he would say. There you go.
My daughter can suck dick a lot better than yours.
That sounds like, oh my god, that sounds Jesse Ventura. I don't know why.
You know why I call my kids fuck trophies,
can
right?
suck dick a lot better than yours.
You haven't seen my mother. I know. My mother's orgasm could wake Bambi's mother from the grave.
My mother's orgasm could arise.
You know why I call my kids fuck trophies, right?
I don't think that's how that joke works. I'm trying to think about that.
You know why I call my kids fuck trophies, right?
That's not how that works.
Fuck trophies.
Yeah, I get what he's saying. He's saying he gets a prize for banging his girl. But it's I don't think that's how that
more
works.
Money you got to spend.
Yeah, we know more allegations come out about you.
You know why I call my kids fuck trophies, right?
More child support you have to spend because you fucking divorce all your fucking baby mamas.
How many more women is he going to run through? That's the real question. He's run through so many women. Know. It's kind of crazy.
Why is I don't understand it either. He's the most awkward person I've ever spoken to. I mean, he must have a huge cock. You know,
yeah,
that's got to be it. Just either a huge cock or really good date rape drugs.
He's not afraid to go up to someone either and get and embarrass himself and so he's got that going too. So if he can talk his way into someone's pants and he's got a sausage, you know what I mean? There you go. That's what it is.
He tricked 3 women to marry him. They all thought he was going to be this rich guy, and then they finally see his house, and he's like, "Yeah, I live with an old woman that I have to wash the feet of in order to stay with her."
Look at Jade tonight. She's all oiled up in that tiny thing. What were they trying to do tonight?
Yeah, she didn't even do anything.
Yeah, she just.
You think she's going to be on Raw or SmackDown?
I just find it ironic though that
Probably
she comes
SmackDown.
walking out of the back of a car, shakes hand with Triple H, and just nothing happens. That's pretty much practically how our AEW matches were. No disrespect, but just basically go in, look good, and leave.
It is weird that they're sort of making her this signee or whatever. I don't know.
Did you see her recent tweet?
Damian...
Oh. No, what she said?
Basically said something to the effect of where somebody called her out saying green is grass, and then she replies, green is money. Now sit back and watch me work. I'm like, bro, you barely were working in AEW. Why am I gonna, and again, I hope you improve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope you.
I mean, she clearly is money. She clearly is money.
She's got the look and all that, but again, no, it's you can't cuss in every promo that you do. And also, you need to tell a good story in the ring, and it's not just the way you look. You gotta show that you can compete with the best that WWE's got to offer, including Charlotte Flair or Becky. And if you don't, they'll expose you.
Yeah, I haven't really even seen anything from Jade except for a few pictures that I've masturbated to. But the thing is, it's weird because a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, she's trash, she's this and that," but a lot of people have been talking about her. Even before WWE signed her, they're like, "Oh, big signee, Jade Cargill." So obviously she is she does have that star power, whether or not people want to admit it. And I'd much rather see her wrestle than fucking Nia fucking piece of shit Jax who's gonna hurt somebody. Has Jade Cargill fucking ever done a horrible fucking shoulder buster and almost dropped Charlotte on her head. You know, Charlotte, probably the most important women's wrestler in the locker room, and Nia Jax nearly killed her. Like, why? I don't know how anybody could be mad at Jade Cargill, this fucking beautiful, stunning woman who, yeah, is green, but like, you know, we'll deal with Nia. You know, Nia is so much worse. The fact that she's gonna probably be facing Rhea soon is one, it's gonna be a garbage match, but two, it's annoying. Like, how I don't understand how WWE, like, the morale in the back about her being there must be really kind of iffy, because I wouldn't imagine many women want her around. She sucks, and she's a danger to everyone, because she's related to The Rock, and The Rock pulls strings and does a lot of politic shit in the back, but he doesn't get called out on it by the IWC because The Rock's a great dude. The Rock's a great dude. He smiled at me one time when I watched Jumanji and came in my pants. Hey, all the fucking losers in the fucking chat who are like these fucking crazy ass smarks. I bet you all came in your pants when Michael Cole mentioned the Bullet Club. Oh my God, the Bullet Club. That's a thing from indie wrestling. I know what that is.
Dude, I laughed my ass off. I laughed my ass off when he mentioned that, because the fact that it took over 10 years just to say Bullet Club on WWE TV, and let alone a year after the fact when Vince was exiled for a while. So apparently it's okay to say wrestling. Apparently it's okay to bring up other factions that happen elsewhere. I mean, wow. And then everybody was obviously, gobbling whatever, just to freaking like go, oh my God. They said Bullet Club.
Yeah. Well, speaking of club, I think what I'm gonna do is join the Pizza Club membership from Pizza Hut,
I'm already a member.
Where I can get myself a big box meal with 3 drinks, and like this whole fucking Pizza Hut thing tonight was so ridiculously bad. And
they've done it before.
I know they've done it before, but tonight I feel like it was the most atrocious, because they had, not only did they have the backstage segment pizza thing, which was terrible, but then they had the Pizza Hut logo plastered all over the match, which is expected. They do that with every Rey Mysterio match for some reason. It's a big advertisement. And then at the end of the match, Xavier Woods has a pizza, and him, Corey Graves and Michael Cole eat the pizza, and they're like, this pizza's delicious. And I bet as soon as the fucking camera cut to black, they threw that pizza in the garbage because it looked shitty as fuck. I would never eat not Papa John's, Pizza Hut. It looks so trash. And we spent so much time on that Pizza Hut segment that, like, I don't know. To me, that felt so like egregiously bad. They've done that shit in the past, but
even Wade Barrett said, "I'm afraid I got some bad news," and it went nowhere. And I'm like, wow, this segment is dead.
Yeah, and Mr. Pico, yeah, Wawa does have pizza now. I get asked that question literally every single fucking day.
You are the king of Wawa at this point. You practically live at the Wawa.
I'm the champion. I'm the champion of Wawa and the MOnetize this. But yeah, if some old fucking curmudgeon comes up to me again and goes, "So Wawa's got pizza now, huh?" I'm gonna flip, because either you get the fucking pizza or you don't. Don't ask, "So Wawa's got pizza?" Yes, we do. It's advertised. There's fucking pizza signs all over the place. We have fucking pizza. Don't ask me the same question and then when I answer you, you start laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing about? You fucking jackass. Don't get the pizza, do get the pizza. I don't fucking care. They're bringing it up to me. We don't have
the wings. Are actually not that bad.
That is from Pizza Hut.
Yes, not from Wawa.
Anyway, bleh. Anyway, we have to kind of go through the card, because I feel like we kind of just skimmed over everything and not really talked about the matches themselves.
The opening match obviously was great. I still think that was, for me, an unexpected turn, but it worked out great. The tag match with the LWO and Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Again, I can understand your point earlier, Luke, when you were saying, why did Carlito, rush out of nowhere? I mean, it was part of the story, But, yeah, could we have introduced him earlier on in the match so it didn't have to be a handicap match at first? Yeah, you could have, but Carlito, for what it was worth, looked amazing tonight. Like, he literally did things, dude. He did things that he probably haven't even done literally ever, as far as my knowledge. Like, he didn't do that. What was it? That kip up. I've never seen him do that. He definitely did that later on after WWE. So, there were, little things in the match that, again, I remember back from childhood, and, finished off with the backstabber, which for me is not really a finisher, but, for what it was fine. And
I just don't think this was the right time to do this return thing. I mean, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley are just starting to get this faction started. They're already doing this weird, like, tension in the faction storyline that I just don't think is necessary right now. And to have them lose, like, I don't know. I get it. It's probably going to lead to a storyline where the Street Profits become even meaner or something. I don't know. But I'm not a fan of what they're doing right now, especially because a few weeks ago we were all so excited, like, oh my God, they're doing something with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Oh my God, they're going to get Bianca. And now they're like, whatever, who cares? They're around. They're doing nothing really. And this match doesn't even feel like it should have been on the pay-per-view. I personally I lost interest when Carlito came back because you're not using Carlito's theme. I don't know why you're not going to use his theme. That's like, I understand that's not the only thing memorable about him, but it is like a huge part of his gimmick was the spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. And then the song, like the fact that that's not there with him, it's just like,
it
oh,
feels
it's just
different.
this guy.
It really
It doesn't even feel
different.
like Carlito's back. It feels as if like the guy who plays Carlito is now wrestling. Like, oh yeah, that's great. It's Carlito, but he doesn't have the Apple gimmick. He doesn't have the theme song. He doesn't have the catchphrase. Why am I supposed to care that he's back? And the match also wasn't very interesting as well. Barely any build up, and it feels like they're really gonna just milk this story out, the LWO storyline a little bit longer until they do the Santos Escobar heel turn, which is inevitable at this point. At least I think it is. Yeah, not a very interesting match, and I don't understand why it was even on the card. I guess to fill some space, they needed
That's
something.
exactly what I'm thinking. Filling up the space, and actually, in actual fact, there wasn't really that many matches for this show.
Yeah, only five. Only five.
So, I mean, the fact that he only had 5 matches to fill out 3 hours is baffling to me. There wasn't that many backstage segments, if at all. There were video packages for every match. So that
I'm surprised they didn't do anything with Cody and Jey. Like they won the titles. You think they would do a backstage interview, or maybe like them celebrating in the back, and in the locker room or something. But I don't know. That was. You're right. They didn't really do much of anything backstage, which I feel like is a wasted opportunity. I think the only segment we really got backstage was the Judgment Day basically saying like, oh, you can't use the briefcase tonight. Even though it'd be literally the most perfect opportunity because there's like 6 of us and there's like 4 or 5 of them or whatever, and there's one of Seth, and Seth just went through this grueling last man standing match. But for whatever reason, this is not the night to cash in. Why? Makes no sense. Like literally, even if Damian is a little injured, all you guys have to do is jump Seth or Shinsuke or whatever before you cash in. You beat the shit out of him, and then you cash in. Like that was so contrived. The whole like Rhea telling Damian to give him the briefcase, and also like Damian having to put up with this girl's shit. Like that's the thing that annoys me is that Damian and Finn don't look as intimidating when they're having to simp for Rhea. The Judgment Day now just feel like a bunch of nerds with a hot chick as the leader.
She's definitely taken the dominant position as the leader in the last number of weeks, and also in a lot of ways in the past couple of weeks has really been like not just the anchor, but also like the angry sort of kind of thing. You do this, you do that, you don't do this, we're gonna have a problem type of a thing. And then all of a sudden they lose the belts tonight, and then Rhea's kind of like, hey, it's okay. Give me the briefcase, calm down. Like, This is a big show, and you just lost the tag titles that you literally just won a month before. The fact that you're not equally as pissed.
Yeah, you're not. You got mad at Dom, but you didn't get mad here. It's kind of weird.
Exactly my point. And this is even
also,
weirder.
The whole thing with JD like they're still dragging. Like, is he going to be a part of the Judgment Day? They should have resolved this. There's a lot of things right now that are like going on in WWE that should have been resolved a lot sooner. Like the Jimmy Uso thing. Like, is he in the bloodline? Is he not? That should have been resolved already. We don't. Personally, I'm not even a fan of him coming back to the bloodline, but they clearly didn't have much plans for him post SummerSlam. But like, yeah, there are things like that are going on right now that either shouldn't happen. Like, we shouldn't be having a possible breakup storyline with the Judgment Day because they keep on and off restarting that. Like, oh, maybe Damian and Finn are gonna break up, or oh, maybe there's tension in the Judgment Day, or now it's the same thing with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. It's like a lot of things that are going on that I'm like, are we still spending time on this? Can we go on and move on to something else? It's like the same thing with the Shinsuke and Seth feud. I'm thinking it's gonna be over. I hope it's over.
Hope it's over, yeah.
There's this creeping doubt that they're not done with it, and I'm kind of annoyed because this feud, like people, I've been hearing people like the Great One, YouTuber that I follow, who said that this feud's been great and interesting so far. I don't know if he's been watching the same show because it's literally the same thing every week. Seth comes out, cuts one of his nauseating, shitty promos. Shinsuke comes out, says some stuff in Japanese, and then Shinsuke attacks his back, and it's like, oh my god, Shinsuke's got him figured out. And then they do the same thing the next week and the next week. And all of these segments that Shinsuke and Seth were in didn't close a show, didn't open a show. It was slap dab, is that the way you say it? Right in the middle of the show, which, to me kind of solidifies Seth's championship reign and this feud as a mid-card feud. But for some reason, they've closed the past two pay-per-views with this match. I just don't understand it. Shinsuke and Seth didn't have a good match last pay-per-view. To this pay-per-view, they had an all-right match, but the ending, I already talked about it, was like lackluster as fuck and kind of I think that put a bad taste in my mouth about the pay-per-view. Like, I was at a solid 6.5, but after that ending, I was like, 5.5. Like, I think they should have ended if they had ended with the Cody and Jey match, I think it would have been a perfect ending for the pay-per-view, and I might be a little bit more positive about tonight.
Yeah. I think going forward with a lot of the quasi lower mid card, storylines and matches, that they're going to definitely be a little bit more cautious, especially going into Survivor Series, because now it's like, again, one of the big four pay-per-views, and they have to figure out where they're going to be fitting on this card, because it's just kind of like Royal Rumble, where it's like you're trying to fit everybody in, and yet you can't fill everybody in because, again, it's the storylines that are really taking off on TV that creative is pushing. So we already know we're going to get War Games with the Judgment Day, Cody, Jey, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. We know that most likely we're going to get something with Roman.
I think what they should do for War Games is, because they've been building up this whole Bloodline and Judgment Day alliance thing. They should make War Games like a big, either a multi-faction match where like it's the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline versus the baby faces, or the Judgment Day and the Bloodline team up against the baby faces, because they did do that whole segment last night where they were together, and they've been doing that for a while now.
It could be the latter, but the thing is, though, the first option would sound a bit too much. It's only because by having so many teams in one match, and notwithstanding the fact there would be probably 12 guys in the same ring, it's just going to be overkill, especially since that, you have to pin, one of the other team, or make them, actually more so make them submit in this case. But nonetheless,
Well, you could do it the style that you could do it the way they did it the first NXT War Games, where it was three factions of three. So it would be like Roman, Roman, Jimmy, and Solo, Damian, Finn, and Dominic, and then Cody, Jey Uso, and whoever you want to fill in for that, probably LA Knight. That's the only thing. Like, that's just a guess, by the way. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if they did do the three versus three rule, like I'm suggesting, I feel like it would be those people in the match. But yeah, they're most likely going to just do it two teams against each other. I think also Punk is coming back at Survivor Series too. It's pretty obvious at this point.
Let's talk about this because, there's been a lot of discussion about this going forward. Like, even if he doesn't show up at Survivor Series, the idea that he could potentially show up at the Rumble,
then. Yeah.
I was going to say that would, for me, be the better option because it would be unexpectedly expected, if you know what I'm saying. Because the idea that anybody could step in and be in that Rumble, but then again, who's his first feud with and why?
True.
You know what I mean? That first feud needs to be white hot. Red hot won't cut it. And secondly, the idea that, they're using the Jey Uso storyline where it's like, you got to earn your respect, in this locker room. Bro. And I just found this out recently that apparently Roman and Punk have beef, which I never really knew. I knew Seth.
Yeah, they did.
Apparently,
I think, like when Punk was still in the company.
Yeah, and Seth has an issue with Punk because of the way he he left on the bad terms, but then more importantly came into AEW and people in the locker room were talking crap or whatever they were feeling about Punk at the time, whether justifiably so or not. And yet,
pretty justified.
And people have been saying this also, where it's like, look, you can look at Punk and say, okay, he's bad baggage, but what you can't refute, the last 2 years, he's been great for the company financially. And people say, oh, well, the houses has been dwindling and this and that. Dude, check out the merch numbers. Check out the tickets, going up for the certain time that he was before they went down. It's still a good draw.
He's a good draw, but it's like you're also risking a potential lawsuit with him anytime.
Absolutely.
Which is like going to be more money.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Dr. Sahorian, is he still with the WWE?
I believe not.
Did he leave?
I think he was released
I think
he quit.
So, well, yeah, that won't be necessarily an issue. But again, he still is going to have an issue with Vince because although Vince personally felt what he felt at the time because Punk walked out on the job because he was unhappy, and Punk stuck around because he felt he was a company guy and he was going to be rewarded down the line. And it was over 3 or 4 different occasions where Vince said, I owe you one. And he never did that. Plus also Punk was feeling resentful because 3 years prior to that, it was the summer of Punk and plans just went a different way. And by the way, for people that are saying that, because Roman said this in a comment where, he wasn't that big of a draw. Punk outsold Cena in merchandise for a time. Are you kidding me? Yes, he did not move. He did not move the needle.
Though. That's the thing. You really gotta emphasize the whole for a time. I mean, everybody eventually for a time did something big, but consistently was he always outshining Cena? And also during his whole title reign, there's a reason why John was main eventing most of his title reign. I liked Seth. Not Seth. I liked CM Punk as WWE champion. And hey, as much as I don't like CM Punk as a person, I do think he was a really great wrestler. I'm not really a fan of his matches recently that he had. They're kind of very slow paced or whatever. But he's also very great on the mic, and he is a draw. But the point Roman was making is that people who are fans of Punk are acting as if he's like megastar draw. He's not.
Right.
Like even in AEW, this was evidenced by the fact, like in AEW, he really did. Like yes, he brought numbers, but it wasn't like astonishing amounts of numbers that like what Hogan brought to WCW when he went there.
Or even what Roman's bringing right now on SmackDown. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like he's over and he's a draw, but he's not in that upper echelon of guys that some people make it seem like he is. And
Yeah. He could sell gold albums when he's not selling platinum, basically.
yeah,
And
and also I think a lot of his fans don't seem to understand. Like they're like, well, why are they making him do all this, bend over backwards or whatever to get back in the locker room? I mean, HBK did a lot worse. Well, HBK, first of all, was like 2 decades ago, and also HBK is a better wrestler. Yeah,
I'm
and
saying
also
that Sean was a bigger douchebag than Punk would be currently based upon his circumstances. I'll just say that.
But HBK also had to apologize to a lot of people, and also still today is apologizing and making amends. So like I don't understand that reasoning, because like HBK went out of his way to try to be a better person, or at least seem like it. I believe he is a better person than he was, even though I don't know the guy personally.
Well,
But why is it any different?
Go ahead.
Why isn't it any
Leo,
different with Punk? Why isn't it any different with Punk? He's caused a lot of problems, not just in the AEW locker room, but in the WWE locker room. He clearly has rubbed some of the top guys right now the wrong way. And if you want to make this claim that everybody in wrestling is a pussy, snowflake, fucking, they don't know how to deal with the
hypocrite.
you're just fucking lying to yourself, or you're purposely being ignorant. There's a common denominator with problems in CM Punk, and that's CM Punk. He's the problem. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think like it's perfectly understandable why there would be guys hesitant about him coming back in the locker room, and for people to pretend they don't understand that, or think like, well, they should just get over it, fucking pussies. You're stupid.
Well, again, one of the
you
worst
don't work
case
there.
scenarios. Under the worst case scenarios, how many times did Ultimate Warrior come back to the company and still had to work with people in the locker room that, okay, you might not necessarily have to like him, but guess what? If you're in the ring with a Warrior, you're getting a payday because he's got a name, and it doesn't necessarily matter what you think of him personally. And same thing with Punk, where it's like he's coming back and he's going to draw a specific amount of merch for the company. It's all about the money more so than about the personality, which again, you're still going to be carrying that baggage regardless of, because I remember at one point, this is right before Punk left, he was calling out like Susan G, Komen, like all that stuff, and was really stirring the pot up, whether or not you were in agreement with him or not. Again, you're still carrying damaged goods that potentially could be an issue. But then again, depending on what his contract is, I'm wondering what Paul Levesque is going to be expecting for Punk, and expecting Punk to actually do it, despite the fact of what he had to go through in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they would do with Punk right now. I don't want to see Punk versus Roman, only because I know Punk's not going to win.
Do not put him in the main event just yet. If anything, let him be in the mid card for a while. Let him pay his dues again. Let him actually have great matches with a guy like Kevin Owens or Seth Rollins, or just put him in mid card matches just to build his stock up again in the relationship. Oh yeah, 100%. And let Seth beat Punk in his first match back, just to see. Because honestly, if Punk loses his first match back, it kind of is very humbling. No, it's not over, because the thing is, Punk coming in white hot, and if he loses his first match back, it's not going to be a bad thing for him. And if anything, you could just turn him heel or whatever you want to do with him, and he feuds and he gets his win back. Again, he can literally be not quite like Brock Lesnar, but like 2 steps below that, but yet still be, diligent, dominant, and still have some great matches with a lot of great opponents.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Pacharo, is here. And Pacharo, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on WWE Fastlane. The floor is yours. We will all not talk, and we're going to give you 5 minutes to run the show by yourself. What about that, buddy?
What do you want to talk about the show?
I'm giving you the mic. I'm giving you the stage, the platform.
He's asking you a question, Pacharo. Answer the question, please.
It was decent. I give it a 6 out of 10.
We'll go in more depth. What did you think of every match? Go into detail.
I hated the Rey Mysterio match. Why did Carlito show up until the end?
There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Well, what else? In depth.
Bum, 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 bum. Wah.
Oh,
Come on, brother. You're
come on,
literally, come on. You're losing the flow. Come on now. Wake up.
I'm giving you an opportunity. Monetize this
3,
champion is giving you this opportunity and you're squandering it, my friend. I just gave you
3,
minutes
2,
to yourself.
1.
Wait, can you look at the Patreon hold I sent?
Yeah, I just saw the photo. What does
No,
this have to do with the pay-per-view?
it was just the guy looks like Joe.
So?
No, he
On
doesn't.
Tommy invited a fake Cronin on his show.
Barely
Good for
looks like
him.
him.
We don't
Oh.
care.
I don't care. Yeah.
The Super Fun
You
Time
should-
Internet Show.
You should
You know-
sue
Literal-
Tommy for that.
Luke,
You know what?
we have
Oh my
literally
God.
just
Tommy
Luke, we just
looks like
literally
a
entered the
fucking-
awkward Twilight Zone. This is bad. We need
Tommy's
saving. Christian
Tommy's face
Cage,
is
save us.
His face is almost as wide and as thick as his fucking microphone. Like, holy shit.
I can't with this
Insanely
right
big.
now.
Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Pacharo. Your contribution was amazing as always. Eric, what did
Where's
you
Joe, by the
think?
way?
Ugh, shut the fuck up. He's making pancakes for his fucking son. Now you're
12 a-
speaking.
At 12 a.m.
Don't even ask what he used for the batter.
Well, we know what he did. Anyway, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
I think the ending of the Rollins and Shinsuke match was lackluster, but the opener was good and the Cena and LA Knight was okay. The women's matches, I don't care about.
I actually like the women's match because right off the bat, Asuka goes for the blue mist. It's
It
Charlotte
took
right
a while
off
to
the
get
bat.
into.
Yeah, it took a while, but at least it still for me was passable and plausible. Unlike and like I said it before. The Rey Mysterio match, the tag match there with the LWO. I mean, and it just for me that one fell flat for me. Yes, I
Oh,
like.
that was absolutely the worst match. That no
Yeah, for
question.
me, that was the worst match for the night for me. Even though I did like the Carlito spot, I get the idea of what they were trying to do, as I said before. But whether or not you started him before, like early on in the match, or you didn't, it still would have been the same result. I mean, the pop was good, but at the same time, the match wasn't.
I'm also not excited about the Carlito return because I don't know if he's actually back. I mean, he's made like 100 returns, but he's not really back.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if this is going to be any different. And also, again, the whole theme song thing, like I'm going to be quite honest with you, the only reason why I was excited about Carlito coming back was because of his theme song. I was excited to hear it.
You're looking at it.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna listen to that later. I think I have it downloaded on my
I have
phone.
the album. I have the old album when that first debuted back in 2004, 2005, whatever it was.
I love those songs.
Oh God, it was so good. The Evolution was on that. They had Billy Kidman song on there, which actually I rocked through quite a bit. But yeah, it was a fun time. Going forward
This
now,
the women's match, just want to make a note is that I already said it. It's funny that Charlotte somehow went over on Asuka even though she got pinned. But it is weird that they had Charlotte get pinned because I don't really understand. I don't know what they're going to be doing with EO post this match. I mean, you would assume what they were going to set up. You would assume what they're going to set up is the Asuka and EO match that a lot of people really want. But I feel like we're probably going to be more EO versus Charlotte. And I just don't think that's a match that I have interest in watching because I don't think Charlotte's going to win. I think Charlotte's going to get somehow screwed out of the title or whatever. And then it's just going to be ended up, just being filler or whatever. And a lot of matches.
Honestly, Charlotte as a babyface is really disturbing to me, even at this point in her career, because there are times where she was a baby. Yeah, no, there was a time where she was a babyface, and it was okay. But now it's just like I can't even accept her as a babyface. Same thing like when Flair was a babyface. What was he better at, being a heel or being a face? Being a heel.
See, she's like it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Does anyone want to see a Swanton Bomb?
I've already seen him.
You want to see a
So
better one?
what I think about Charlotte is that I really like her. I like her wrestling. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Charlotte is
She's one of the
probably the
best.
best. Yeah, probably the best women's wrestler right now on the roster, and you can make a case of the entire world. I'm not really well versed in wrestling all over the place. You know, I only really follow WWE. But she's really good. She just, like, anytime she's in a match, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good match. But again, I could care less about her character, whether she's a heel, whether she's a face. She's the same
I can
character.
care less about her title reigns, or at least
Yeah,
half, if not
especially.
most of them.
That's the thing too. It's like that's one of the real things that's really hard to get into Charlotte and support her. It's like, yes, she is the best women's wrestler in the world.
Shut up, D. Welsh.
But her title reigns are not interesting, and she's like always champion. So like that's where the resentment comes in, and that's where people
Like when
hate
she
her.
said when she said the line in the promo where she's like, the line, I am the line starts behind me or whatever. I'm thinking to myself, girl, half of your title reigns don't mean anything, and you're saying that you're the line. Also, notwithstanding the fact that I think it was like twice when she went up against Sasha Banks, and she won both times after Sasha won the belt. And I'm like, why are we doing this booking? And again, she'd only been starting wrestling on the main roster since what, 2015? And she's already a 14-time women's champion.
That's so. Is that Pacharo? Is that Pacharo?
Yeah, I farted.
You know what? Fuck you, dude. Seriously, it's unprofessional. You know, have you ever heard about radio etiquette, podcast etiquette? You have none, my friend. I gave you the chance to talk, and now you're doing stupid shit like farting into the mic, talking over me and Rostafa while we're speaking about
and now
wrestling.
Now you're talking in the mic that you already farted into. So that's kind of like weird, dude.
Asking about Joe, doing swan times. I mean, but Charo, you're muted, bud.
You got
You're
fart
muted.
breath now. We don't want this. We don't want this.
You're gonna be muted for a while, bud, because
you can't smell
because
it,
you're
man.
gay. Let's be honest.
Yes,
Anyway,
yes,
yeah, Charlotte was so fucking sexy tonight, by the way. She was so sexy. Has anybody noticed that like they've changed Charlotte's theme to like the porno version to her song? Like, I imagine hearing Charlotte's theme like during a jerk off challenge video. Like, that's what that fucking theme reminds me of. It's like that like rave club type music. Like, it's very, I don't know, very strange type of music. And I also think Charlotte has, like, lately, you know, if you look on her social media, she's kind of been dressing up in these like skimpy ass outfits. Like, she did a bikini photo shoot a few months ago on television. It's like, I don't know, something about Charlotte, man. Like,
I think
it's weird.
It's she's probably got separated. That's probably why, or the idea that, you know, her and her husband are not doing so well, so she's got a little bit more free
they're
time.
not. They're not. I thought they were going all strong. You know.
Well, allegedly there was a report where they weren't like on good terms, and as a matter of fact, Charlotte like stopped following, the Escobar and you know, all that whole bit. So I was kind of a little bit you know, weirded out about that, because I'm thinking, like, if that's the case, then yeah, something's going bad at the house. Something's going wrong at the house. So she's probably got a little bit more free time on her hands.
Isn't it weird that like somehow that's anybody's business is to know like the personal relationships that are going on? Like, oh, I've heard there's some bad things going on in the marriage. Like, why do you know, and why would you want to know, and why are you reporting it, and why is it that I know and I find this fascinating?
Well, same thing happened with Paige and Alberto Del Rio, and I said it even back then. They were like the John and Yoko of wrestling at that point, where you're trying to expect the next train wreck of happening or the next bad luck of circumstances.
Oh my god! Every fucking interview was like, every video with them was like Alberto Del Rio going on some fucking crazy ass drunken rant, and Paige just being like, "Okay, yeah, but
like
okay,
Tommy Lee
baby,
and
Pamela
Anderson,
calm down a little bit, baby. You're going a little bit crazy, and fucking Triple H with his fucking stupid Junos. Yeah, I fucking hope he fucking gets killed in the next Holocaust. Oh, okay, babe. Just calm down. Like
They were,
that
that was a hot mess at that time. It was a very hot mess,
was
and the
very
fact
funny.
that, and yet Alberto Del Rio's like ex-wife is now richer because of the fact. So,
Alberto Del Loco, as Mr. Pico says. And yes, Mr. Pico,
Lord.
Wawa does give out pizza. Not
They
deep
do.
dish though.
Not
You know
deep
what?
dish,
Hey,
no.
do you want a really good pizza? Go to Wawa. But before they give you the pizza that's like pretty good, they douse it with garlic drizzle or whatever the fuck they call it, garlic glaze.
Oh yeah.
They put a bunch of it on there, so your pizza box smells like feet and basically ruins whatever room you're putting the pizza in, and also makes the pizza kind of unedible because it smells so heavily of grease and garlic that you don't even want to touch the pizza. But yeah, if you want that, order from Wawa.
That'll give you more of the runs than Taco Bell ever will.
Luke.
Yeah.
Luke.
The Ghost from the Coast goes, Alberto Del Rape Women.
Jeez.
Alberto Del Retard.
Yeah.
Hey, we haven't really talked about the LA Knight and John Cena versus the Bloodline match. That was a pretty strange match. I wasn't expecting them to do the whole like Cena gets beat up for pretty much 85% of the match, and then the strong hot tag LA Knight
He
coming in.
really made LA Knight look good in this match.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised by that, really. I mean, I am curious of, like, again, whoever put together this match as a producer. I mean, again, my hat goes off to you if, whoever thought, okay, let's really get LA Knight strong in this and let's endorse him. And the fact that they got the win on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And LA,
Hey, Jack
I mean,
Hurst.
dude,
Hey, Jack Hurst, you can think that, bud, but doesn't change the fact that I'm the champion, that I'm the co-host, and
You're a buddy.
is that Union Jack
You're a
from London?
and you're a
England? You
fag.
in London?
You're a buddy.
Union Jack, as I like to call him. But nonetheless, with
Jack.
LA Knight and John Cena, I mean, this match we can all say that was better than the other tag match, the 6-man. But I mean, again, there really wasn't anything remotely like, oh my god, that was clever in this match. But they didn't need to be
No,
clever.
it was
The
a very by the numbers tag team match. Babyface coming back strong storyline. They've done that. They've done this exact same thing with Cena a bunch. It's just the fact that it's just nice to see LA Knight in this position. I think honestly, like the match itself, I really don't care. Like LA Knight matches, I'm going to be honest with you. I could care less about the quality. I'm more interested in the crowd reception, him coming out, and just them doing something with him that's interesting. Because the matches that I will care about with him in are down the line. Right now, it's more of like a case of like, okay, well, he
It's a
needs to be in
building
this
process.
match. Yeah,
It's
yeah. Like I'm more interested, like you said, in the building process than the matches that he's in themselves. Once he gets into those feuds with like, Roman, if they're gonna do that, or any some other big time player, then that's when I'm like, okay, well, the wrestling needs to make a step up. But right now, it's a whatever. I'm more focused on building him up as a, I guess not presentable. What's the word? Believable contender for a main event spot,
And the best part
And he
about the
is.
match for me was, and he's done this before, kind of the same thing that Pat McAfee did, but him jumping onto the top rope from the, from the apron, not the apron, but the on the mat, and just jumping up to the third rope and basically doing, whether it be a suplex or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh wow, so this boy got hopped. So eventually we're gonna get a match. I feel that it's a main event style match, whether it be for a title or whether it be for a big feud, where he's going to pull out all the stops just to give you an idea of what range he has. But we already kind of know based upon his stint in NXT
stops.
Oh my god, he's fine.
and Impact. So
He's
Joe's
gonna
back with
pull
us. What's
out.
going on, Joe?
He's gonna pull out all the damn stops. That's what
gonna-
he's gonna do.
He's gonna unzip his pants. He's gonna come. That's right.
Joe Cronin, the man, is back. Joe Cronin himself is back. The show's named after him. And
wait a minute, is that Jesse? Is that Jesse?
No, oh my God, Jesse's here. Is he cleaning his house?
Is that Jesse? Jesse's here.
Jesse, say something.
Jesse. He just killed somebody.
Hey, Ghost from the Coast, you didn't have to time out Jack Hirst or whatever the fuck his name is.
Jack's cool.
If he's gonna talk shit, I'll just talk shit back to him. I don't give a shit if he's saying shit. I don't want anybody blocked or banned. But thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, Jesse is here. His mic isn't on yet, but it's good to see him. Unbelievable. I just talked to so many people. I talked to Jake DeMarco just a minute ago. I talked to Jesse. He's on here right now with us. JB, I just talked to him. And Leah's upstairs, and they're thinking about going into the Elf Dwarves of Smordor. It's unbelievable. And I told them Fastlane was ass lane. Let's go to the poll real quick and find out exactly what you guys think of Fastlane. That's what I want to know.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is yikes. Well, you know, it's a thumbs up, though. I got to be honest, it's a thumbs up. It's a thumbs up right now.
Percentages?
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't like a bad show, in my opinion. It was just I'd say probably out of all the shows this year that WWE's done, the pay-per-views or premium live events or whatever the fuck,
a lot
it's
of
been the
people
worst
don't
one.
realize
Pretty
that
good.
the reason why Roman has beef with CM Punk is because Punk buried him in the second Colt Banashute interview.
Well, I think, I think it stems from this. Well, you're right, first of all. Amari, is that Amari? Amari 316. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. I really appreciate it. But yeah, going back to the beginning, just think about this. Why would there be a little beef? It makes perfect sense. CM Punk did not want Roman Reigns. CM Punk wanted somebody else in that group, The Shield.
But WWE insisted that they have Roman up there with the
Yeah,
Shield.
they said, okay, you can have Moxley and Seth, but you got to take Roman. And CM Punk was like, damn it, I don't, whatever. So right there. So in Roman's opinion, right there.
You donated $50. I'm going to take my dick out because you donated $50.
I had the donations paused.
You donated $50, motherfucker, boy. I'm a rich motherfucker.
Hey Joe.
Yeah!
This is me, the 68-year-old widow.
Thank you.
I enjoy all of your shows. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Ashley, I love you. Oh my God, Ashley Taylor.
68.
Ashley
I know.
Taylor, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, Ashley. She's one away, 1 year away.
I was going to say, she's 1 away from 69.
1 year away.
Exactly.
Ashley, thank you so much. That's the first big donation of the night. I mean, I didn't
Tell us when your birthday is, and we'll have a big celebration.
Oh man, we will have the 69 celebration of all 69 celebrations. Like, it will be beyond massive, Ashley. Trust me.
Massive.
But yeah, going back to your point about Roman, you have to think that like a lot of fans were sort of influenced by that podcast that that CM Punk did with Colt Cabana in their opinion about Roman, because it was around that time, I think, when Roman was getting his push and he was going against The Rock, or not Rock. He was, he won the Royal Rumble around that time.
It was right before that. It was right before
Well,
that.
no, you know what it did?
Right before that.
Rojas, you know what it did?
I'm saying is you. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying is you have to think that added to the fuel, because already there was people who didn't want him to get that push, but definitely CM Punk coming out and saying, "Oh, they made me put him in the group, and I had to put him over, make him look strong." They kept saying, "I got to make him look strong." You've definitely got to think that added a lot of fuel to the fire. And definitely stuck around for a while in Roman's career, getting a lot of hate and a lot of people quoting that same thing. Gotta make Roman look strong. That definitely pissed him off.
In the 2014 Royal Rumble, Roman was looking strong and everybody was for it. And then a year later, Rock tries to endorse him and he gets booed. And this is right after Punk did the interview. And yeah, it definitely added more fuel to the fire. But at the same time, again, Roman was still dealing with the uphill battle of let's not get him forced down our throats like we just had with Cena in previous years, and we went through the same thing. So for me personally, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that Punk needs to kind of repent for in the locker room, because right now the two major leaders within the Raw and SmackDown locker rooms are Roman and Seth. As far as work rate, as far as success, as far as ratings numbers, I mean, there's a lot to do. Wow.
Well, Cody's a bigger star than Seth at this point.
But Charles just killed himself, by the way, for those of you that are in the Discord.
Hey, but Charo, I'm going to just tell you right now, D. Welsh already told me he's getting rid of you. So have fun doing your fucking shitty-ass swantons and possibly breaking your neck that nobody cares about. All right? You fucking idiot. 10 minutes. I literally gave you.
Bazooka is coming! The spot Bazooka!
We planned this spot all day, Joe.
I want you to jam it in.
Where's it going? Where's it going?
Oh, it's in your bunghole. Whoa, it's in your bunghole. I want it jammed in my bunghole.
This is DJ Audio Jungle.
Audio Jungle. Pacharo. Fucking leave. Stupid fuck. Donating to kick him for remainder of evening for Luke and Mustafa.
Oh my God! D. Welsh coming in with the big bazooka! And he took it and he stuffed it up the guy's ass, known as Pacharo. The man who sniffs women in roller skates at his job all the time. Unbelievable.
Damn.
Do people still roller skate anymore? Is that a lost art?
Do people still roll? Yeah, especially the burger place where Pacharo is. The fucking
we should have just went silent for the rest of the night after he said that.
I thought there was more coming, so I paused.
Dude, there's Sonic. Sonic is still around, but like I don't see anybody roller skate anymore at Sonic. Like literally, you just go to the drive-through, pick up your stuff.
I don't see anybody eat at Sonic. I don't understand how it's still in business. It's like the most garbage ass food you'll ever eat. I had a burger and fries from them one time. Legitimately tasted like school lunch burger and fries.
Right.
Like the fucking burgers they give you
afterwards.
It was so garbage. And then the drink they gave me, I ordered like some sort of milkshake. It was like melted by the time it got to me. It was such a bad meal, and I spent like $30 on this thing. I was so fucking pissed, dude.
I've had better chili dogs at Nathan's than at Sonic's, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, I kind of.
Well, it's not called Sonic's. It's called Sonic.
Sonic, my big brother.
Get your words right.
I am tired.
Mustafa don't know words. Come on. Do you say praise Allah? What are you going to cut up families?
I subscribe to Ebonics.
You want to learn about the bebop.
Luke. Hey Peter,
I am your father.
Hey Peter, I just wanted to tell you that I can't be your friend anymore.
Let me tell you something, man. I got my brother Stevie Ray. He my friend.
That sounded like the Emperor.
It did, yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. The dark side of the Force flows through you. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to
how does it feel?
The rest of the show.
I feel like we've already talked about the show, but I tried to let that go on as long as possible, and I thought it worked pretty fucking well. Oh my God, bro!
Oh my God, that was weird. They got turned around on me.
Yeah, Cracker Casantes. What were you gonna say? Somebody in the background sounds like they might be retarded. What?
I think that was Eric.
Oh, Eric. Hi, Eric.
Pacharo.
Oh, that was Pacharo. Yeah. Hey, Eric. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
No, I said that to you. Don't call me buddy.
Yeah, what's up? Sorry, Joe.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. Pacharo, so how's it feel? So wait a minute, did D. Welsh just eject Pacharo from the show? Is that what just happened?
Yeah, he's angry.
Yeah, he got rid of him because when you were gone, when you were gone, Joe, when you were gone, when you were gone, I literally gave Pacharo. I was like, okay, well, you know what? Pacharo is here, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk. I said literally, none of us are going to talk. We're going to give you the time of day to give us your opinion about the show. And he said almost like nothing. He said almost nothing. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to move on. And then as soon as we start talking, me and Rostafa start talking to each other, he talks over us and says, "Where's Joe, by the way?" And then he farts into the mic and then asks people, "Do you want to see me do
he speaks into the microphone after he farts. Like, that's... Yeah.
So he deserved that 100%. He was already muted because he was, a bad boy. Gay.
Listen,
Anyway,
buddy.
and then, of course, D. Welsh just ejected him and got rid of him and sent him to the fiery pits of Discord hell, where he
I kicked
belongs.
myself out. What do you mean?
It's like the Shadow Realm. He just doesn't move.
You kicked yourself out. It's like real life, Pachar. You kicked yourself out of like the real world competition as well. Like you barely,
You got yourself fired from touching your boss's ass and then making up some story about how she's coming over to your house.
Now,
but then that somehow got canceled.
I have a real quick thing to promote, just really quickly. Tomorrow, everybody, you will be able to hear the exclusive interview with, I know it's unbelievable, but I have a 12-minute podcast exclusive with none other than the Bullfrog. 10 minutes. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. 10 minutes. Listen to this.
Well, as long as he doesn't put his hands on Tony Khan, everything all should be all good to go.
Well, I think if anything, he would put his hands sexually on Tony Khan. I think that is a potential to happen. The way you would molest someone in the DMs is the way he might attack Tony,
No, I mean how Punk put.
So you don't understand the things that Bullfrog said to me. It is coming in a upload on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show tomorrow. It's a 12-minute podcast with the Bullfrog. What has he been up to?
That's all you could do.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you could stand with the guy.
What did he say?
But
Well, first he told me. Okay, so this is what happened. He told me, Joe, let's do a pod. Let's have a talk. I'm gonna call you. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, give me a call in a little bit. We'll do a little podcast. He goes, okay. He calls. And I say, okay, here we go. And he goes, well, this isn't on the air, is it? I'm like, yeah, it is. You said you want to do a podcast. He goes, well, I won't do that, anymore. I'm like, well, we've already been on for 3 minutes. And then he's like, well, okay, I guess just release it on Patreon. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm recording you.
He's telling you what to do?
Well, he wants to be in the, he wants to be in the JB spot now where he kind of just watches from the shadows,
Oh,
the JB spot.
The JB spot. JB spot.
Oh,
JB.
He was never in any spot. He was never in any fucking. He's a retard.
DMs. Watch this.
All right, I'll holler at you later. But...
All right. Say the Bullfrog is hard.
I don't know about all that. Like I said, dude, I wish I could come back, but then psychos have my information.
There you go. There's a little bit of it, but it's 12 minutes. It's the Bullfrog. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's amazing. We have so much, dude, and then we have so much to talk about and so much to play on Patreon. It's almost unbelievable. The other day we spoke with. I don't want to get into it too much, but we did. I showed that clip of that guy Paul, who's a stalker, and he stalked me. And he was stalking me, and everybody agreed that he was giving off creepy vibes. And I'm like, see? So people went, all of a sudden they were like, why would you block that guy, Joe? And now they're like, oh, wow, okay, that guy is fucking crazy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Are you okay, dude?
Guy looks like me.
What?
Looks like a slightly worse version of me.
All right, Pacharo, well, goodbye, man. D. Welsh has donated $100 to kick you off the show. So I got to say goodbye to you, sir, Pacharo. Are you going to be okay tonight? Are you going to molest anybody? No?
I muted him. Hold on one second.
All right, there he goes.
Hold on 1 second.
I got rid of him.
I was going to unmute him for you.
Hey, Joe, I got a question for you guys.
Oh, my God. It's lightning.
Yes, sir.
You have a question for Joe or us guys? Which one?
All of y'all.
Oh, I thought that was Jesse.
All men in general.
So, I did see the video that WWE posted on YouTube with Jade Cargil arriving backstage.
Yes.
Did any of you guys find it weird that they had her show up in her ring gear even though she wasn't scheduled to compete?
Well, that wasn't a ring gear. That was just the way she looks. That's just her style. I was a little bit surprised that they at least didn't give her a promo or at least a backstage interview at the minimum. But, that's what they did, and that was that. And also, to be quite frank with you, Fastlane was just like, 5 pay-per-views? I'm sorry, 5 matches on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really anything other than the finishes, which, again, are being talked about, which is why, I give Fastlane a little bit more of a grade. Like, I gave it a 6.75, even though it really should be a 6. But just because
I think tonight was just like a 5.5 out of 10. Like,
Yeah,
very,
like, again,
very middle of the road.
Yeah, it's middle of the road. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just good. It was a good show with some pretty good dynamics in the matches, in particular the main event also. But when it comes to Jade, again, go ahead.
Sorry,
Luke.
I'm just saying
No,
the opening match. The opening match should have been the main event, and if it was the main event, the pay-per-view would be a lot more favored upon. But the fact that it wasn't, and it was that Seth and Shinsuke match, which, by the way, just the feud itself was not very interesting. Like, I didn't have any interest going into it. And did anybody notice that Shinsuke had like such a negative, like nobody reacted to him coming out? I feel like I think there was like 1 or 2 people singing along to his song, and it sounded like the WWE mic'd up those specific people who were singing along. But everybody else just were like, hey, whatever, Shinsuke.
And Luke, isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic? And we're talking about the World Heavyweight title match. How in the beginning, when the World Heavyweight title was introduced within this year, how this was going to be the workhorse's title. Like, this is going to be defended anytime, any place. And granted, we've gotten on major premium live events, but
we had it on Raw and SmackDown.
But that was in the beginning, and unfortunately, we really haven't had more on Raw. We've had more talking segments, and granted that they've been playing up with Seth as far as the back injury and that whole deal. I get it, but going forward now, especially since that Roman, won't be coming back for a handful of appearances when it comes to matches. I mean, we already know that he's going to be feuding with LA Knight. Is the World Heavyweight title still the working man's title as far as consistency? Because honestly, the Intercontinental title, just like the U.S. title a number of years ago, is probably the working horse title as far as being on a television show.
The workhorse title.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, the Intercontinental title, in my opinion, it feels a lot more important than the World Heavyweight title, but that's mostly just due to Gunther. Seth, I cannot get into his character at all. It's been a problem I've had with him for forever. Like, even when he was a face, when he was a different character, there was a time where his goofy ass, like, Messiah character, like me and Joe, there's an infamous episode of the Raw reviews or whatever where me and Joe were laughing hysterically when he like put Rey Mysterio's eye into the fucking steel steps.
I remember. Yep.
That was hilarious. He was great then.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like they don't know if they want to do that character or if they want to do like regular normal champion Seth. You can't have a crazy guy who's also normal. Like, it's just so inconsistent. And also, it's like his promos aren't very good. Like, I haven't heard a Seth Rollins promo where I've been like, damn, that was a good promo. Instead, I'll be like, oh, that was an all right promo for Seth. Or Seth, that was all right. But yeah, like, Seth's very, I think he's just very middle of the road. Like, he's a great wrestler and all, but I don't know. Like, him as champion, just, like, it's also because Cody, in my opinion, feels like the world champion without actually being the champion. Like, Raw is centered around Cody and the Judgment Day, and Seth Rollins has been in the backseat role, I think, since winning the title. Like, yeah, sure, when he's involved with the Judgment Day, then he's more at the forefront. But since kind of like beating Finn for like the millionth time, Seth has been yeah, he main evented tonight and he main evented Payback, but every Raw is opened up or closed by the Judgment Day or Cody or Jey Uso. Seth Rollins is the world champion, but feels like the fourth or fifth top guy on his own brand.
Yeah,
feels like the fourth. He feels like the fifth wheel at this point.
He kind of feels like he feels like Jeff Jarrett or like Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart, like when they were in the mid card with the IC belt. Here comes a donation, Matt Cologne. Good to hear Bullfrog. Yeah, it is. It was good to hear him. You can hear all 12 minutes of it, Matt Cologne. Listen to all 12 minutes of it. See what he says. He did say a couple little things that were kind of funny. But
hey, Black Rain, you're the fucking loser. Sorry I didn't like Seth's stupid ass fuck.
Listen to it on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
Good segue.
I'm finishing the fucking promo, goddammit.
Well, the thing is with me, it's like now that Gunther is literally probably with the exception of Becky Lynch being champion, probably the number one title holder on Monday Night Raw, and is garnering more and more attention, more so because of not just the reign, but just the fact that he's been. I think correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how many title defenses he's already had, but in comparison with Roman in like recent years, I mean, he's really killing it. And again, no disrespect to Roman, but yeah, Gunther's matches. I mean, the match that he had at WrestleMania with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I mean, again, to this, I'm still talking about it as being one of his best matches, let alone probably one of the most important matches he's had. And again, he's had great matches.
That was a great match. That was a great match, but honestly, I don't really think about that match as much. You know, I maybe have to rewatch it again. I was so fucking tired when I was watching night 2 of WrestleMania. Like, you guys remember, I wasn't even there that night. I passed out before the Hell in a Cell match, so I didn't get to see Roman. I didn't get to see Cody get screwed over until the day after. That was a nice thing to wake up to. Thinking like, oh man,
no, it was so funny because all the Cody fans, especially on Twitter, were so pissed off. And I remember just looking at this going, oh, this is going to make great coffee in the morning. Because I looked at it, and I said this even on that day, on that night when we were doing the podcast, I said, dude, this is great for Cody. People were just so mad because they were like, oh, we were expecting the title. No, this is good. Down the line, you can get this. They get...
It wasn't
SummerSlam, Survivor. Yeah, and then for WrestleMania, yes, it was, because again, Dusty went through the same thing. It's that hard times. He's got to go through hard times.
He's not his dad. Like,
I know he's not his dad. I know he's not his dad, but it's the same method that he wants to do. Hence, the other reason the creative wants to do. It's old.
Let's not forget that Dusty went through hard times to win the title and then lose it like 2 weeks later. So I mean, what did Dusty's hard times really get him? Nothing.
Well, no, they got a payoff and they got a great pay-per-view number for what it was. I think what was it, American Bash or whatever, when he won the belt.
It was quick. It was quick times. That's all it was.
Yeah,
quick run.
So again, with Cody, it would be different because they would book him not necessarily like Dusty. They would book him like WWE would book a champion at this point in time. And the fact that you could do it 2 years in a row, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, the only other WrestleMania main event that I can remember going back-to-back years, not Rock and Austin because they were every other year, but was Brett and Yokozuna. Like, do you remember any other title match that went? Well, yeah, because remember, Austin and Rock was 15, 17, 19. Yoko and Brett was 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it could, and this would be
well, technically 9 ended with Hulk Hogan versus.
Yeah, I know, but the way it was built, basically, because it could have went either way with Brett or Luger, depending on how it was booked. That
Didn't
Joe,
Rock and John Cena go back to back?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yeah, but one wasn't for the title though, and this one is for the title. So
still a back-to-back main event, but yeah, I think honestly the Roman and Cody thing to me would make so much more sense to be the second match, to be the main event this year. I know there's still speculation that they might do Rock and Roman, or they might do Seth and Cody at WrestleMania. I've seen that too. And if you think that is going to happen or want that to happen, I don't know why, but that's people are throwing that idea out there, but it should be Cody and Roman too. But I don't think Cody needed to win. Needed to lose at WrestleMania. Like, he didn't need to. Like, you could have perfectly ended the championship reign there and ended the story there and still had like a
I've been going to wrestling
Cody
shows
still would have
for
been
over
way
30
over.
years. Never in all that time have I ever
now he's
felt
donating because he's
until last
pissed.
Sunday that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
But Charles actually swore, so it blanked it out. Feck you, D. Welsh, you criminal, bombastic, side-eyed Luke Rojas. You Jack Black lookalike. Stop being Jack Black. You are not him. You are just a buddy. Listen to me, buddy. Let me talk. And I'm horny for women. I don't know.
Oh my God! I think we gotta let Pacharo back on to explain these.
We do.
Yo, I think he fucking fuckwob, and when he pulled out, he was talking like that.
Oh my God!
No. Oh my God,
no.
Pacharo, bro.
Bombastic, Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Bombastic, Mr. Pacharo, Jesse J. And then there's not to be confused with Nikki J, the weed god, Jesse, my spirit animal. Hello.
Mr. Pico, HBK and Taker did not main event WrestleMania 25, but it did main event 26. And Taker and KANE did not main event at 14, or the match they had at WrestleMania 20. So false equivalency right there, and you probably should be shot in the head for that.
Oh, Jesus!
I'm just saying. I'm
That's
joking. I'm joking, of course. Don't use that against me in a court of law.
Keep on playing your video games.
It was also years later, too. We're talking about back-to-back WrestleMania main events for the title. Very specific criteria that Rostafa made, but it has to fit that, or you will get shunned to existence, or to hell.
To the shadow realm.
To the shadow realm.
I don't even know if he... Oh, you want to go to
Pacharo,
the shadow realm.
you have been sent to the shadow realm.
You've been sent to the rapo realm.
You've been sent to the fuck realm.
Fuck my
Spock
room.
realm. The Spock realm.
You've been sent to the fuck room. Fuck yeah.
Once more, this ship will come all over the galaxy. A many shot will be.
Put it in my asshole now. Go ahead. Yes.
Execute order 69.
Bring me to your leader.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bring me to your leader.
Oh, yes. Oh,
What is my feeling now?
Oh, my God. It keeps
What
going
is your
in.
coordinates?
It keeps going in me. It keeps going in and out of me. Yes.
Engage number 1.
Emperor Palpatine, am I doing it right, Master? Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, we're live in Israel.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. This is the perfect fuck.
Oh, yes, my God has a bigger dick than your God.
But they're both stinky.
Oh, my. Oh. Get out of the car. I'm going to put some hummus. I'm going to put some hummus on you. Get it? Sorry. We're okay. We'll be okay.
I can't believe what's going on this show tonight. It's crazy.
Well, this might be too far.
I was listening to a Fastlane review, not a sex porno. What's going on here? Hey,
yes, go ahead. I mean, at some point, yeah, we can get into some of the games tomorrow. We've been doing NFL, you know. We'll get into the games, I'm sure, eventually. I mean, last
Were you
week
playing fantasy football this year, Joe?
the Patriots are done. That's all I know.
I know. It's really sad. Like, it really is fucking sad that you can tell this early that they're done.
They lost every good, like their star defensive players are all hurt. Like they in one game. Like you lost all your star fucking players, bro.
It's like so fucking. I don't even have words to describe how like.
And we're not even 2 months
disappointed I
into this
am.
new season now. We're not even in 2 months. And you're losing like your
We're not even a month in. We're not even a month in.
Strip
And
Sack,
we
the
have-
only football podcast in the world. Just so you know.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you make another, hey, just so you know, Joe, we all know that you stole the idea to do football from somebody else. Obviously,
Yeah, it's not
Just
like
joking,
you know,
by
it's
the way.
not like I made up a belt and copied that. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's not like it's literally football. You know, the most
Are you
common
going to
talked
buy
about
the
fucking
Patriots
thing
title,
ever.
Joe?
Am I gonna
Are
buy
you
the-
going to buy the Patriots title from WWE.com?
the belt? Is there a the Patriots belt? No, I would never listen. I would never buy anything like that at this stage of my life. But if I was younger, had no kids, family to take care of, and I had a bunch of, I had a weekly paycheck, maybe I could see, maybe. But you know what, dude? Even then, I'd be like, you know what? No, I think I'm gonna go out and have sex tonight. You know?
I'm going to find me a woman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
serious.
really thought that picture. I thought that really was like a real picture of you with the WWE title. You know, the one that somebody photoshopped. Like,
years ago.
always thought like, oh, yeah, like I always thought like, oh wow, he has his own replica. That looks nice. But then I'm like, oh wait, no, he didn't spend his money on a belt. I would though, because I'm a pathetic loser.
Yeah. Or the
who
worst
likes
thing
wrestling belts.
was when that guy Connor, I don't even know whatever happened to that guy, but that guy Connor that used to be on the show, he went out, paid for his own belt, $180, $200 cheap sort of belt with the name of his show on it, and then he would go to the wrestling shows with that belt on his shoulder. And I was like, that's sad, bro. I was like, don't do that. Like, and he had signs.
Mr. Pico,
signs for his own show. He would hold up signs for his show. And I was like, dude, no. He's like, what? But your sign. I'm like, yeah, other people bring them. That's cool. It's not cool if you bring your own sign and hold it up. Like, I have a podcast. Like, that's no. I think one time I went to a wrestling show with a JCS shirt, and I actually felt embarrassed. I was there, and I was like, I should have worn a wrestling shirt. This is fucking gay. Like I should not have worn my own shirt.
This is kind of gay. To make it less gay, let's talk about Rhea Ripley's panties, because Mr. Pico Boulevard wants to buy her used panties, and I think I would do the same too.
Don't
honestly,
blame me.
I'd buy anything used from her. I'd buy.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Look at her.
She was sexy tonight, by the way. She was like doing that thing where she was trying to distract Jey, so she started like leaning forward, and her ass was like sticking out, and it was, oh my god, it was amazing. But again, the only thing that people talk about with Rhea is that she's sexy. But nothing about like her promo.
Yeah, but see,
Nobody talks about a
you know
promo
what
she
though,
cut.
dude? This is not her fault. This is the fucking loser fans who do this.
No, I'm not saying it's not her. Like, I'm gonna like. I think I've been a little bit too harsh on Rhea. I do like Rhea, and a few months prior, I was like really supportive of her winning the title from Charlotte. But I don't like any of the matches she's had since winning the title. I don't really find her promos to be all that great, and it's like really, and it's so annoying to me that like simps out there like keep touting her about like she's like the greatest thing ever. It's like, no, she's not. Like everybody's doing this to everybody now. It's not just Rhea. Everybody who's like mid is getting touted around as if they're like the GOAT status. Like I remember some idiot saying that Rhea Ripley's theme song is among one of the best theme songs of all time. And I heard this and I wanted to strangle this person of all time. Of all time. I would put Carlito's theme over her. But we can't hear Carlito's theme anymore because they have to change it for some fucking stupid reason. So annoyed. So remember when they changed Shelton Benjamin's theme too to some garbage? They do the same thing with everybody. Stop doing it. You own the copyright to his theme song.
I'm telling you
change
though.
it?
I'm telling you that is a concerted thing, where he's like, I think that's silly. I don't want the silly theme. And I think it's got something.
Fuck him.
I don't know. I think it's either them or him chose to not do that theme. It's got to be.
I don't give a shit, dude. You're coming back to WWE. one of the most recognizable things about you is your catchphrase, your fucking Apple gimmick, and the fucking song. And you don't come out with any of them. So why should I give a fuck that you're here? He didn't even have the Apple graphic. He just had like some garbage ass, random ass Carlito graphic, and his theme sucks. So I don't know. Yeah, get rid of all the fucking things that people remember about you, because you don't want to do that gimmick anymore. Go be another random ass member in the LWO. I can't even name half the people in the LWO. I know Ray's in it, and I know Zelina's in it.
I don't even know who's in that either. I have no
Los
idea.
Santos, what's his name? Los Santos from Grand Theft Auto is in it.
De Los Santos or something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
What was Caesar?
Wait a minute, man. You making
Is
fun of
Vice
me?
City and Liberty City in the fucking group too?
There's a crazy plane that's dropping flares or something over Seattle right now. It's very weird. What? Everyone's saying there's a UFO in Seattle, but it's not. It looks like it's a plane dropping flares.
Yeah, that's Russia.
Imagine that. We're getting attacked right now.
No. No, dude.
You won't even see it coming.
That's not good. Imagine if it was bombs. They were like, "Oh, look at the flares," and then all of a sudden, like Seattle's gone.
I hope that plane doesn't go down.
When you think
If that
about it,
goes
it's
down-
real smart too. They hitting the statistically most depressed state in our country. Like that's where you started.
That is true.
Get rid of the most depressed state.
Well, the
is that
people,
a good bad thing?
People in Seattle are like, oh my god, but it's probably just like drones with flares strapped to them that are floating in the sky for a long time.
Dude, I saw a drone. I saw a drone the other day that freaked the fuck out of me. I'm like, oh my god, it's a UFO. And then I just like, oh no, that's a drone. I got so freaked out about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, that was a drone. And you know what's funny? It probably wasn't even a military drone. It's probably some fucking idiot in their yard just being like, look at my drone. I mean, I can fly this thing anywhere. I can go into somebody's house with this. I think that's a little crazy that people have fucking just access to that shit now at their homes.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe like people like our
Oh, it
age
was
have like
the,
drones and shit.
Oh, I didn't mean to talk over you, but
That's
but the incident was a false alarm caused by skydivers with flares.
Yeah.
People were thinking there was a fire on the plane, but it wasn't.
Well, the people are rejoicing in Hamas tonight over the attack that happened today. So you know, we are. One thing that's great about all this is that I said that, you know, I did say to my wife, and this is about your husbands and wives. I said to my wife, I said, you know, I know Trump, you know, is a dick and stuff like that, but you know, I think it'll be way more peaceful because, you know, the guy's not in the deep state. He's from outside. He doesn't want war like most people. You know, he's not in the deep state, and he became president, and it was the most peaceful time in a long time. And then all of a sudden Biden's in there, and now there's just wars everywhere. Like, it's fucking crazy. We're in Ukraine, Iran, Russia, China, shit's going down. Like, everyone's fucked right now. Bro, we're about to see World War III. It's gonna be something. If Trump was here, or he calls the show every once in a while, I'll tell you what, he knows. He knows what we're going to see. It's going to be crazy. And my wife's like, well, everybody's like, why are you upset about this? I'm like, because my son is 13, and like by the time this all pollinates, there'll be a world war, and he's like of draft age. It's like, that's like, this world is crazy. Like, we're due for a war. We all relaxed like the 80s. I mean, I'm not talking about Desert Storm and all that shit. Those were stupid bullshit, like wars that we fought in areas just to keep us busy, and people mostly volunteered for them. But the 80s, the 90s, even the 2000s with the Iraq war, so many people wanted to go there because of 9/11. They're like, I'll go, you know. But it's like, we need another one. It's been a while. It's really been a long time since we've really had a war, a world war. So get ready, because it looks like everything's falling apart all over the place. And everyone's poor, right? The money's going down everywhere, and especially here. And that's what happens. When that happens, that's when the wars come out. So we'll have a good time. I don't know what happened to Rojas, but I think we lost him. I went on a rant there. Did I lose everybody? I don't fucking know.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah. I'm concerned, but yeah.
It's
don't
all
know.
right, Joe. I know I'm not your first choice.
No, I didn't even know you were here. To be honest, I wasn't looking at the Discord. What's up?
Oh nah, shit, nothing much. You know, we doing the best we can right now. We got a couple of guys that just dropped out, but we gonna get them back eventually. I'm hoping.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll come back. I just didn't realize he left. I was waiting to see his response because he was about to talk about something, I think. But that being said, Jade Cargill, I want to rub. Oh, dude, I would imagine rubbing your just balls and privates all over her body that's oiled up.
Yeah, that'd be a rough terrain. Seemed like it kind of hurt a little bit.
Look at her, bro. I cannot get. I've been doing this about her since I first saw her. Like, I'm in awe of her.
Nah, look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I gotta tell you, like, out of every woman that's in wrestling, the one that people tend to talk to me about, because I'm like the wrestling guy in the family or whatever.
Yep.
When they see her, they're like, who the fuck is that? And it's just, yeah, watch her wrestle. See how you feel. But then, since they don't really watch wrestling, they don't see the same shit we see. So they just in love with her anyway. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that just give her the Hogan move set and make it all about that. Keep it simple.
Jade Cargill, I have no complaints about her, but of course we have a very smart community that we dwell in, and everybody wants to, I guess, be the Jim Cornette echoer or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it. She's not that bad. It's like she got a little bit better throughout the years over at AEW. It wasn't a lot better. She got a little bit better. And she has these kind of she sort of has these hit and misses. Like, if anybody remembers, there was a couple of matches. Yeah. There's a couple of matches she had recently that they were really good, and we were like, wow, she was good in this for finally. And then there were there was one in between, and it was like, that wasn't good.
Well, see, and the issue always comes back to, especially in wrestling nowadays, it's like we've gotten so far away from what used to work that people don't even understand. Like, it may not be like what you want to see, but this is how you get people over. Like, you put them on television and they win and they win and they win. And you just you don't necessarily have to shove them down people's throats. You don't have to make it seem like they just are the golden child immediately. But the overall goal is to make them seem like somebody that's worth a damn. So if they do happen to lose, it actually means something.
Right.
But, we've gotten so far away from that. Everybody's got their favorites, and the world's so goddamn sensitive now to the point where, oh man, my fucking favorite lost. This wrestling company fucking sucks. And it's like, yeah, bro, I guess everybody's opinion about wrestling is supposed to revolve around you.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking saddening. It's maddening, Joe.
It's maddening and saddening.
It's maddening. Rhyming accidentally. Man, how's everybody been, bro? I ain't even get to talk to y'all last week. I was too fucking drunk. I passed out when I got home. I'm hearing Luke and Rastafa talk about the show. I only got to watch one match, so that's why I wasn't, as talkative as I normally was, because I did not see shit. I didn't see shit, Joe.
Oh, well, really, we just saw Jade sort of shake hands at Triple H.
Yeah, well, what was up with that? Like, why do that now? I don't really understand.
I don't understand it either. I mean, at least it added to this show a little bit, but not really, because it's like, okay, she says, hey, what's up, Triple H? Anyway, see you later. Okay, why is that not on Raw at the beginning of the show, and then she comes out later or something like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to just repeat this on Raw tomorrow, or Raw Monday, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to make it worse. It's going to make people hate her. And, WWE has I've noticed they have a pattern. When it's somebody that they truly, truly give a fuck about, they will go out of their way to make sure that their debut is special. So how in the fuck is it that they brought this girl in, touted her all over social media, made sure that the entire world knew that she was signed, and this was her debut?
What I don't understand about it is, I guess they just decided, like, okay, let's go with the idea that she's this megastar, but which is fine, I guess, right? Like, say she was a new superstar and she'd never been in AEW or anywhere else. All right, let's say that this person coming in as a superstar will just say that, and then people will have to start understanding that, and they'll get it. So that's what they're doing. Yeah. But, so she's like, they called her like a superstar and stuff like this. Oh, my God. So you're telling me she was a superstar in AEW in front of 900,000 to 1 million people or less? Like, it's just like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're sort of promoting AEW as bigger than it really, They used to say that place sucks and is nothing and all these other things, and now they're like, oh, she's a megastar. Well, that means she did something in AEW, and that's a thing. And someone earlier mentioned it. I think it was Rojas or somebody. They were talking about Roman was dissing CM Punk, and he was like, yeah, I'm in a real company or something like that. Or somebody said that. Well, I mean, of course he's going to do that because from his point of view, CM Punk isn't coming back to WWE, and CM Punk was like doing something else somewhere else that doesn't matter for him. So I don't even think that was real as much as it was him like, you know, being a heel and being like, yeah, that guy, whatever. You know, I
exactly.
I don't think that was a big deal, really. Of course, Roman should say that. Yes, Mustafa.
Just a sidebar. Did you see Jey Uso's entrance into the press scrum?
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Oh my god, it is funny as hell. I just sent you the video of it and I gave you the timestamp. Check that out. It is so funny.
I'll take
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the press conference?
Yeah, Jey Uso just like walks in, but he's just like walking like back and forth, like pacing. He's like,
Jey Uso is so fucking drunk or high.
Both.
Oh my god. He's gonna
and Cody, and Cody is also a pretty buzz too. You can tell because he's like, yeah, not gonna lie, we had a few libations or whatever before.
We had some Steve Weisers.
Yeah, they had a few. I guess they drank before they did the press conference, and even Cody, like, you know, he's answering questions as professionally as he can, but you can tell he's like holding his head, and he's just like, "Can we get this fucking thing over with? Can we just?"
Now he's gonna get behind the wheel. You know what Cody's probably thinking is, thanks because of fucking Tony Khan, I left that company. Now I still got to do these things over here, all because of Tony. Fuck him. That's what he's thinking.
Hey, you know what? How about don't do press conferences anymore, media scrums anymore, because I don't see the point of them. What's the point? You get a bunch of reporters in there to ask questions that are like verging on the lines of breaking kayfabe, and the characters.
They didn't have the last press conference at the other pay-per-view. This is our first one having back, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck did he just say?
No, never mind.
No, fuck it. You know what? Yeah, they didn't do it at Payback last time.
Oh
probably
my god, Luke. Yo, Luke, even somebody in the chat of the press scrub video says Jey is drunk AF.
Yo, Jey is completely
get behind the car.
Completely inebriated.
No, the funniest part about this, he gonna steal his brother whole gimmick. Like that would be the best part about all this.
Oh Lord, people are saying he's on some Matt Riddle type stuff. This is horrible. This is bad.
Has a few too many fucking drinks, and now all of a sudden he's gonna go heel Jey
with some bong hits included.
He just starts like going on like some racist tirade. Like, I'm gonna be honest, motherfucker. I don't like Jews. I don't like Jews. I don't want them in my company. Like, what?
Dude.
Like, it's horrible. That's so anti-Semitic. Why would you say that?
Joe,
that motherfucker.
When you get a chance to check out that clip, it's literally like timestamped and it's hilarious.
Is this real?
This is real.
This bride caught her groom cheating on her wedding day? Oh my god. That can't be real. That's got to be like a joke. Cat fight. I mean,
apparently,
yes.
Apparently, DLH told me that one of the reporters asked Io Shirai to wrestle Taylor Swift. This is just so pointless. Why?
Taylor Swift would break her legs trying to run.
I was going to say, wasn't there interest with either Cardi B or Nicki Minaj to come into WWE or something like that recently where it was like Bianca Belair or something? Yeah, it was
Cardi
like something
B
like that.
was the one that was... Cardi B wanted to come.
I don't... Why? Who asked that? Who let that person into the fucking press conference room and said, yeah, you seem like you should be asking questions?
That was a dumb question.
What a fucking idiotic question. Like those, I hate the press conferences. Don't do them anymore. I've already talked about it ad nauseum about how I don't like the whole we're going to break kayfabe thing, but not really break kayfabe because every once in a while we'll cut a half shitty promo where we're like, hey, we'll find out who's the better man this Sunday.
At least these press conferences were better than the mid-90s press conferences, and I think Joe can attest to that. Like, you had like Brian Pillman like coming in and doing like that stage / promo that he did when he first came into WWE. Same thing with Shawn Michaels after coming back from his concussion syndrome, whatever the hell he had right before the Royal Rumble. You know, I mean, at least these conferences are at least passable in comparison to those. But that's just me.
In those conferences, were they in character or were they out of character?
It's kind of a combination of both. Even though that Brian Pillman, you didn't know because he was kind of doing the loose cannon gimmick still and was trying to get that over, despite the fact that he got into a Hummer accident that cost him his life. But with Shawn, it was a combination of both because basically, what you got with Shawn, on TV was kind of basically what you got Shawn backstage, except Shawn was probably a little bit more animated backstage than he would be on camera. So,
yeah, Mastodon. They really need to have the Wawa pizza at the fucking press conference.
Wawa pizza.
In Indianapolis, Indiana, we will have Wawa pizza.
Indianapolis, India.
From Indianapolis, Indiana. Sorry.
Hey, did you know Indianapolis is where the Shield debuted and was also the place where the Shield broke up. That's a little known fact that people might not know.
How lame is that? Are you serious? How lame is that? Come on.
And Pat McAfee is begging for WrestleMania, just like Cena was begging for WrestleMania in London.
Dude, those people died tonight.
Sorry.
What is going on tonight with the Discord? Is it like delayed or something?
Don't know.
A little bit. But what were you gonna say, Joe? The people died in the crowd.
They weren't that good, and Pat McAfee was like, how we do it in Indianapolis. I was like, it's not that good. It's not that.
They were all right. What's weird is I was talking about how maybe like for Shinsuke that they only like mic'd 1 or 2 people because that's the only people that were singing for his song. But near the end of his match, there was like, I don't know, for whatever reason, there was like 2 or 3 guys in particular in the mic or in the crowd that were like picking up on the mic constantly. Like everything they were mumbling to each other was picking up. So at first I thought it was like one of the production guys going like, all right, let's wrap it up. Let's get this match over with. But I'm like, oh no, it's someone in the crowd that's sitting behind Michael Cole and Corey Graves. But they were loud, like very audible on the mic. You could hear just like some bassy ass voice talking. So it sounded almost like there was somebody from the back like talking like, all right, camera A to camera B. All right, like it was just weird. It was weird that it's the one thing I noticed tonight was it was a little iffy on like audio production wise. Also, what was with that like strange ass spot like where they were climbing up the guardrail. And as soon as I saw this spot, I was like, oh my God, that little box thing, someone's getting pushed through that. But like,
yeah,
Seth and Shinsuke go up like 3 or 4 steps. And then Seth has this shitty looking fall from not even that high of a fall, like high of a height. And he falls onto the box. But instead of him like going through the box, he like bounces off the box like it's a mattress. And it looked so bad. Like, it looked so bad. And I'm like, why do you even do spots like that? Was that really necessary? Did we really need to have that?
What was worse, that spot or the Uncle Howie, or sorry, the Uncle Howie spot at the Rumble?
The Uncle Howdy spot at least was from a like a high fall. And like, something happened. They did the production thing where like they put a fake sparks and explosions or whatever.
Moron.
Scissor me, Joe.
Fuck you, Welsh, you criminal bombastic side eye. You need to apologize to the Lord for the way you've been treating. You're a sinner. And you also, that Jack Black guy, you are acting like a buddy, and Tommy is 500 pounds. I'm horny.
That's a lot.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing Pacharo did while we were talking about the show and reviewing it. Pacharo added in after not talking when I gave him the chance to tell us, "Hey, did you see my picture with Tommy?" And then he started talking about this new show that Tommy's on, where he has somebody who looks like you on the show.
Yeah, and nobody watches it, and the show sucks. And
Nobody.
It's like, come on, bro.
The picture he showed me, by the way, Tommy's mic is so massive. And Tommy himself is like his face is almost as wide as his mic.
Dude, Tommy's gonna die of a coronary. Like, for real.
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh my God, bro.
Should we call DDPY? Should we get DDP yoga for him for Christmas?
Yeah, D Welsh is just a buddy.
He also ripped off Scampoli's, the name of Scampoli's thing. So
D Welsh, apparently you're just a buddy. What?
Dude, I mean, this looks like Pizza the Hut. I'm sorry.
Pizza the Hut.
Bro, he's starting to
Pizza the Hut.
He's starting to look like Pizza the Hut. Tommy, what are you doing, bro? Please
sorry,
hire somebody.
Not eating very well. Not eating very well, you can say. I mean, neither am I, but I'm not that big.
Jesus.
But to your point,
I'm sorry. Hashtag Pizza the Hut. Go ahead.
To answer your question earlier, Rostava, the spot at the Rumble was better than this one because the spot at the Rumble, at least you had that like sparky thing and like, oh my God, an explosion, whatever, even though it wasn't really an explosion.
Even though that he missed.
This was like they go up like a little bit, like a few steps up. It's not even that high of a fall. And then like they land, Seth lands, and I swear to God, he bounces like on a bouncy castle or something, or like a cushion.
Yeah.
It looked so bad, and there was no point of having this spot. Like I feel like wrestling now, they set up these spots that just don't need to happen. Like that legitimately, with the amount of shit they did in that match, they didn't need that spot. But for some reason, we put it there, even though it looks atrociously bad and fake. And you have to suspend your disbelief so much to still be in the match after that. You know, like that. I don't know. Just stop doing spots like that. Stop doing production boxes.
Mustafa, we got to get. I mean, Rojas and both of you. But I mean, we got to be. Botch Club's got to be listening, because when they go off that thing that looks like a mattress, Botch Club has to upload that with a spring noise that goes boing, like whatever. Bro, make it happen.
It looked so. If you could go back and look at the fucking pay-per-view, like if you just see, because you know what's even worse is that they realized how bad it was going to look before it even happened. So what they cleverly did was they kind of cut off the bottom of the screen. So when Seth fell, it looked like he fell like higher than he actually did.
Right.
But you could still see him bounce up. And the thing had no impact when he landed either, like no sound or anything. I just don't understand. Stop doing production spots like that. Like, you know, oh my God, he fell through the production crates. What does that even do? What's the purpose of that? It's just a fucking box. Why do they have that?
It's there was a lot of it tonight. You know, the table that we know is rigged pretty well. Then the box thing they bounce off of. Then the Falcon Arrow at the end through the tables with the sheet over it. I mean,
yeah, it didn't even feel like a finish.
It was all right. I mean, I thought the show was a 6 out of 10 tonight. It just wasn't. It was short enough that it didn't. Like, I feel like if this show had been another 30 minutes and didn't do much more, it would have been worse, because you would have been like it was over quick. It was like, okay, 5, 6 out of 10. All right.
I agree with you there. I'd say I did say I liked Payback more, or I said this was the worst pay-per-view WWE's done all year. But I think I'm gonna change my mind. I think I liked this one a little bit more than Payback. I was kind of hesitant. I was giving it a 5.5. I think I'm pretty solid on 5.5 or a 6. You know, it's like such a middle of the road pay-per-view, but again, I can't say anything that happened tonight was so atrociously bad that it ruined it. You know, the LWO stuff. Oh, I thought that was a donation. The LWO stuff wasn't very good, but it wasn't like terrible, you know. And the women's match probably it was kind of slow and the crowd wasn't really reacting, but it was a good match. I think everything tonight was either all right or like whatever. And then there was some moments that were pretty awesome. Like the opening match is all you really need to see. Everything else is like whatever. You don't even, you know, if you want to see LA Knight and John Cena win, that's fine. But everything else is just whatever. Who cares? But it is nice to see that Cody and Jey got the titles. and that they're completely blitzed on the fucking press conference. Like you don't like it. I'm expecting it from Jay and Jimmy, you know, but from Cody, where like he even tells like a guy asks him this long ass question, and Cody goes, I really would wish you just asked a simpler question.
He's had enough of that shit. He's had enough of that shit.
Because the guy asks him this question like, so you know, you're continuing the story. You know, we're always talking about finishing the story. Where do you think you're in the story right now? And you know, he asks it in a really confusing way, and Cody's just like, I really wish you asked something else right now. And then Jay tries to answer the question for him, and Jay is just like, yeah, I mean, I never thought, man, because I had history with Cody, with Dustin Rose, Stardust, and now I'm here I am, tag team championship, man. Like it's just so cringe, but it's hilarious, bro. I'm gonna watch more of that press conference once the show's over because that was hilarious. I mean,
Joe, just play the clip, please. Just play it. It's one of those things where it just.
I'm afraid I don't do WWE press conferences anymore because they strike me every time.
How about you speed up? How about you do the thing where you make
I don't know. It didn't work one other time. I'm telling you, bro, they're pieces of shit. Like, I mean, I thought AEW would be more mad because they're the ones that like usually whatever. But WWE is fucking retarded, bro. They at least demonetize it. I don't know, but let's try it. I'll try it again. I get demonetized, so I'm gonna break everything in my room. And I'm
just speed up the voices or just slow down.
I did.
The voices,
I swear to God, I did that. And they strike me the other day, like for like fucking a Hulk Hogan video. It didn't make any sense.
Or find like a device where it like slows it down, where it's just like it sounds like they're in witness protection or something like that.
You know what? You should find a device where you don't sound retarded. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm out here. I'm gonna give my prediction. The show's 6 out of 7 for me. I'm going to bed. See you guys later.
All right. Good night.
Okay. Thank you for giving us your show prediction.
Never come on again.
What did he say there? Thanks for giving us your prediction.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck this man been saying. Every time he talks, it's just like
everybody's on something tonight. Everybody's on their different medication tonight.
I had no fucking clue what that guy just said. I think that was funny. I think that was lightning.
Yeah. Lightning. Yeah.
Okay, lightning.
No, that was Eric. That was Eric who said that.
Well, that was Eric.
Yeah.
Eric and Lightning are very similar people because I think they're the exact same person.
What's the timestamp on Jey Uso? What's the timestamp?
Just
22:27.
Oh, I
was gonna say.
Wow, I was on 22:27. That is fucking bizarre, dude. I was on that time, and if you don't believe me, look at this. I'm on it right now. I'm on 22:29. That is so crazy.
That probably was a highlighted area for the.
No, I just clicked. I just clicked on a random spot to start. It's so weird.
Oh, crazy.
There he comes.
Hey. This work? It do. It's just me, Ooze. But y'all like that remix though?
That was what I was supposed to watch?
No. The whole interview is where you really see how drunk he is. Like,
okay.
And
like the remix on me, though. I was like, man, bro, it's just me, Ooze. It's just that. Come on, man. All right, yeah. And please welcome Jay's brand new tag team championship partner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
They're really playing their entrance music for the press conference?
Yeah.
Pretty damn
Come on, Ooze.
Because they're WWE superstars, Joe, apparently.
Give me some.
But notice how far away Cody sits from Jay, and I think it's literally because Cody didn't realize how far they were.
Questioning here in the last row.
You're here for you, Cody. Congratulations to both of you, but I'll direct this to you.
Why isn't Triple H out here? Like
he does later, like he normally does.
Social tweeted out a video of.
Look at this guy asking a question. Hold on a minute. Let me get this guy. You got to see this guy. I mean, this guy, bro.
Wow.
This guy is like the uglier twin of me. I feel like. Who is this guy?
Your doppelganger?
Jade Cargill arriving to the arena.
This was also a horrible question
if you've had a
to
chance
ask
to
Cody.
chat with her at all about joining WWE, and then also
Yeah, these guys just got out there, and they're just announcing as the tag team champions thing, and the first question is about Jade Cargill. That's not...
I hate...
Like, I understand that he probably doesn't get to choose when he's picked, and he's got to ask a question. If that's his question, what are you going to do? But it is bizarre. I would be like, okay, this is going to look bad, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
You know, now that she is here, I think the elephant in the room is sort of whether or not you've had the opportunity to chat with anybody else from the other side about coming here.
By the way,
expressly,
when Cody answers this, you can tell he's like a little tipsy and drunk because he kind of just goes on and on and on with the answer. Like he can't find an ending to it.
Right, just drones on.
I've had a chance to chat with Jade, and then what your expectations are for her here in WWE.
I'm gonna give you a full disclosure. Yeah. Ood and I might have had a libation or two on the bus, maybe. But that said, I was very excited for her to make this jump.
Dude, they smoked or something too. His eyes,
They
like
did something.
Dude, they are like, like, dude. We had a few libations like on the bus, bro. He looks like he just smoked a bowl and had some shots. Like,
yeah,
dude.
Cody tries to hold it together, but you can tell.
Do you know when white people do this stuff, they look distressed? You know what I mean? Like, that's what
Cody doesn't always do it, and Jay's like, nah, man, let me show you how we get it down bloodline style, how we get it down Uso style.
Dude.
Now after we drink, we're gonna get in the car later.
Yeah, we're getting in the car later, and we're gonna Tammy Sidge a motherfucker.
Oh my God!
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. I can kind of tell they're a little bit pink.
Yeah, dude. Look at this. Like he looks like, oh boy.
And
they pulled a Matt Riddle.
Jade came from the Nightmare Factory, but I didn't train her. I'm gonna tell people in the future when I write my book. Maybe I did, but no.
No, he made sure to say I didn't train her. You know,
yeah, I didn't train her. So my shitty wife did.
We threw Jade under the bus. Number one, right there. I didn't train her.
The Nightmare Factory.
QT Marshall, Carolyn Kulari, they set her up. They trained her, and they've helped her get to the
that
spot
explains
where she
it.
took this big leap.
Harold and Kumar trained her.
Now the work begins. There is a mindset here at WWE that did not exist, or maybe it did, and I didn't notice it, but didn't exist when I was here the first time. That it is the most team-minded group I've ever seen as far as a show comes together.
Notice now WWE is amazing and the best place ever. Before it was this piece of shit. That's what Punk will say too when he comes back. When he comes back, if he probably will never talk about it because they don't really give you the opportunities to. But he may say like, you know, they always say the grass is greener, and sometimes you know you climb the fence and you go over to the other side and you realize it's a nightmare. And you know they talk about the devil. You know he's not going to appear as a scary guy. He's going to appear as like, you know, he's a good person. He's a great salesman. And that's what, you know, it's just all I'll say is it's great to be home. That's all I'll say.
I think it's more of a fact that these wrestlers kind of realize, okay, wrestling is kind of insane. So even the most like professional version of it has kind of an unprofessionalism to it. But WWE is, in comparison to like every other company that, you know, wrestling company, is like a legitimate company, you know? But, yeah, there's some weird shit that goes on there, but it's a legitimate, like, okay, there's a
system
here.
There's a system. Like Rojas, it's perfect what you're saying. It's an impenetrable system because what it is, Rojas, that you're saying basically is AEW is kind of like the Wild West. If you want to fuck around politically and get crazy, you might be able to take favor with somebody and go to the top. But also, you may just want to be a good person and do your job as best you can, and you're getting fucked over, and there's no system of checks. You're doing things the right way you think, but it doesn't matter. Whereas in WWE, for the most part, hey, if you don't do things certain ways the right way, you're in trouble. So you're held accountable in these certain areas and stuff where you're not in AEW. But WWE becomes frustrating, I think, when you want to sort of take more control of your character. Whereas in AEW, you can take control of your character, you know, for the most part, depending on who you are again. But so again, it works for some people, doesn't work for other people. But when you get caught up in a situation like CM Punk, or think about it, think about WWE when they were vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, think about the Clique. The reason why the Clique were able to gain power in WWE with Vince and able to get people fired, haze people, basically destroy other wrestlers, and if they weren't friends with you, you're in trouble. And there was nothing you could really do about it because you had no power and they had all the power. And stuff like that is going on in AEW, and it doesn't really go on in WWE as much.
And remember, what's it called? The Clique tried to get other members into the Clique. They tried to get Bret Hart at one point into the group. I believe so. So you have to imagine that, like, even though Cody was already in the Elite, or there was probably at some point where they came to him and like, hey, you know what? We should just tell Tony to start doing it this way, or and Cody was kind of like weirded out. Like, you do realize that I basically booked myself out of getting a championship spot precisely so I don't seem like I'm fucking booking myself to be the champ or booking myself to be great. So like I feel like Cody was very I don't know. I think he was always kind of on the outside looking in when he was a part of the Elite. And you have to think that maybe the Elite went up to CM Punk and offered him the same types of things too. Maybe they try to get him into the Clique or into the Elite or whatever they've got going on backstage where they all smell each other's butts and lick each other's asses. But anyway, that being said, the rest of the clip is also very funny. I think literally the next question after this is where it really starts to go off the rails.
I mean, it already went off the rails the moment they went out there and got their entrances in. I mean, it's God, it was pretty interesting watching.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So Fastlane. I mean, Joe, what do you give the show overall?
Oh, I thought we were going to continue with the clip, but
the clip. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I thought it was a 6 out of 10.
This is an individual business. It's tricky. It's political. It's show business, right? And that team-minded set, like what we have, has proved so fruitful. So now I just hope that she can rise to the challenge and the occasion. I think for sure she'll be able to. And the back end, the other part of your question, I don't know. It's not going to be my job to be the liaison to the my former peers or whomever. One locker room. I would hope everyone does what's right for them. Right? It's what's right for you. One of the things I was watching him in the ring tonight. Him and I came up around the same crop, the same group, and here he is, and they know his stuff. And they're vibing with him, and there's a connection, and it wasn't there. Kasama, I've been around Kasama my whole life, basically. Kasama, what's up, hey?
Yeah. If y'all know Kasama. Kasama been here older than all of us. Like she been here since both our daddies was here.
But look at Jay with the belt. Jay can't even hold the belts properly.
Yeah, he's there fumbling all over the place. Those weak ass straps. Well, I mean, he can't drive. We know he had something to drink, and he can't drive a car either. You're starting to see the coordination skills of what's going on. Why the guy fucking can't drive.
The next question is where it really falls apart.
He looks very sus right here. Like, oh man, I might suck a dick in Pizza Hut.
You was talking good about me, and you was like watching me do my work.
Watching him do his thing and be connected and everything to that nature. And I took a different path. I left. I did all the things I did, but he stayed in the fight. He stayed doing something different. But for us to be able to convene, the first thing we did, we had a little cheers with these championship belts in the ring, and the cheers is to our families. This is what we do. There's people who are getting fossil fuels. There's people who are building rockets to the moon. What our families do is entertainment, and it's a high service. And at that level tonight, I was lucky to be in there.
Oh boy. How long until he mentions his wow, look, he looks so concerned again. Look at this. Look at how concerned.
What an answer, by the way. What do you think about Jade Cargill coming to WWE? I mean, there's people on the moon right now and fossil fuels. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But the next question is also pretty funny.
This is unbelievable.
Matt Aguilar from comicbook.com. Hi, Jay. Hi, Cody. Congratulations. I hope you don't hate me for bringing this up because I know at times you said you don't love the term anymore, but you've talked about in the past finishing the story. And you've also talked about other stories taking place within that. And this seems like something.
Whenever someone says finish the story or talking about stories to the wrestlers, I want to throw up on somebody.
Amazing that kind of happened organically. Now all of a sudden you are an undisputed tag team champion with main event Jey. How do you view the story now at this point in time with the way things have changed and gone?
I wish you had asked an easier question.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say this. In regards to everything I do, what's in my mind and what I came back to do, the story specifically, not flinching. And there's a lot of reasons to flinch. I'm aware of everything that's going around, but I'm also aware of what happens when I go out there. I'm aware of what we did tonight, so not flinching. As far as the story is concerned, I don't know. Ask Jey. Jey, where we at in the story?
Hey, you talk.
I never thought those on me though. I would be a 2-time undisputed tag team championship with Cody Rhodes. Hey, but what my dog said earlier though, like, you know, everybody had their path. We intertwined, man. If we gonna be real, some Stardust stuff, some Dusty Rhodes, some Dustin Rhodes type stuff. Like, so my heart is full of joy tonight with him because.
Did he say this is some Stardust stuff?
I think what he means is that him and
they cut him off. They cut his mic. Wait a minute. They cut his mic. They cut his mic. Wait a minute. Watch this. They just cut his mic. Watch.
Oh, because he cursed.
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
Go back a little bit. Go back
he cursed. They cut his mic because he cursed.
We intertwined, man. If we gonna be real, some Stardust stuff, some Dusty Rhodes, some Dustin Rhodes type stuff. Like, so my heart is full of joy tonight with him because
motherfucker, I think he said.
Like we all hustle hard. Everybody's in their hustles. Y'all reporting, everybody's in their hustle. But like, man, it feels good though. Like when you see somebody from the bottom with you at the same level.
Oh, they smoked, bro. It's not. It's not. They might have drank too. I bet they drank too, but they smoked. Like they are fucked up. Like they are wrecked. Like. They are.
He can barely keep that belt over his shoulder.
Dude, the belt keeps falling off his shoulder every. Dude, what
the Usos cannot stay away from that Mary Green. I'm telling you.
Cody didn't even try to hold the belts. Cody just put him down. He's like, whatever. I don't even care.
I cannot believe this. Is
Jimmy in the face.
I mean, I know Cody smokes cigars. I didn't know he smoked herbs. So
I think this is he's one of those white guys who doesn't smoke very often, and like Jey probably, like you said, Joe, probably had a big ass bowl packed or a blunt wrapped, and he's like, yeah, sure, let me take a few hits. I used to do it when I was in high school.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
he just got fucking lit.
We're on next. What?
Oh, joy to my heart. Like, it's all good here, but like, you either step up or get stepped on right now. And right now, man, like. Come on, man. We writing the story, we don't even know the story.
The belt's falling backwards over his shoulder now.
I bet a bunch of y'all lost money thinking Judgment Day was going to win tonight, though. Let's go. You feel me?
He almost said the N-word. He just almost said the N-word, but he went dinging.
You feel me? Come on.
Hey, guys. Rick Ucchino, CageSideSeats.com for SB Nation. One for each of you, if that's okay. Cody, just a little over 9 years ago, I do believe, if I'm right, was the last time you won WWE Tag Team Gold, and that was
by the way, all the questions are for Cody.
Against me?
Against
Stardust.
Yep, against the
9 years ago, bro. How old are you?
35, actually. I look good,
45.
I look good for 35. But I wanted to ask you, you know, things I never thought I'd see happen to two of you sitting here. From that night, you kind of touched on this a little bit. How much has Jey grown as a performer? You see him out there, he comes out there, and he has got his arms up, and the entire crowd is just absolutely with him, and this whole arena is on main event Jey Uso's side. So his growth as a performer. And then, Jey, it's the first time you've won tag team gold with somebody other than your brother. How does that feel?
You look like you're 21 now. man, it was, I never thought, what, like.
I told you it was worth watching, Joe.
Oh my God, dude!
This is, by the way, this is like these are the two like top baby faces right now in the company. Besides LA Knight, like literally, they're both fucking stoned out of their mind on a press conference.
Oh, and the fact that they're probably more stoned than Matt Riddle ever was, practically backstage in a setting
Jey,
like this. So
it's the first time you've won with somebody other than your brother.
You gotta see
How
that
does
again.
that feel?
You look like you're 21 now.
What?
Here it comes.
What? Man, it was, I never thought, what, like.
That's a donation right there, Joe. That's a new one. Make that the 420 donation going forward.
Oh my god. Dude.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, it sounds like this.
Is going to be coupled. Ooh. Is going to be coupled. Ooh. Is going to be coupled. Ooh. Is going to be coupled. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, a little problem there. Let's record it here. Let's see. We got to get this. This is just too good.
You look like you're 21 now. Man, I never thought of, what? Like I'm in it. I'm in it, Oos. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm rolling with you, man. I never in a million years. It was a good question, but man, on the side, on me though, if it was anyone, man, like, who else?
Never in a million years, Joe.
What
the question was directed at Cody. The question was directed at Cody first. Cody didn't even attempt to answer first, and then Jay doesn't even answer the question.
And Jay just physically can't answer it. Like, that's the best part. Cody's like, "You take it, man. That's on you." Oh, then he couldn't physically answer the question. Like, what the hell, dude? I can't. Let's see how many times he tries to answer it.
You look like you're 21 now.
That's funny on its own, but
what does that even mean, though?
I don't know, bro. But I'm gonna clip that too because
man, I never thought of what? Like, I'm in it. I'm in it, Oos. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm rolling with you, man. I never in a million years. It was a good question, but man.
That's like when Jacob RP answers a question.
Dude, what?
Like, well, like, no, like, well, man, like, what you gonna do? And man, I never thought of, what? Like, what? Like, I'm in it. I'm in it, Oos. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm rolling with you, man. I never in a million years. It was a good question, but man.
You didn't answer it. Man, I'm just rolling with it, man. I hope it. Oh, wow. I mean, it's like.
Let's see if he does answer the question. Let's see if he does, because we don't know for sure.
Let's continue this travesty.
Than the son of Dusty Rhodes, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I appreciate all. We're writing the story as it goes right now. Everybody want to be like, you know, what's the end story? I don't know. Just enjoy the story as it goes. I'm ready for the next.
He's answering the question, the last question, not the
series, and
he's catching up. He's
like.
No, but he's answering. Not only is he answering the last question, but like anytime he talks about Cody, it's literally like this: the son of Cody Rhodes or son of Dustin Rhodes. That's all I know.
And then he juggles the belts. It's like he's fucking retarded. He's juggling the belts again. Watch him juggle the belts again.
Plays in 10 seconds. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We keep it lit. Yeah. Appreciate him though, man. But man,
you would think those belts weigh like 50 pounds each. You would think that that's what he's holding the belts delusionally. Like he's like,
yeah, like you said, they're floppy as fuck. Like I guess they must just.
Yeah, no, they're floppy, but I mean, he is like, it's in his head that they're bothering him. He's moving around like a crackhead at this point.
You know what's terrible is that when he was unstrapping the titles, you could hear like the Velcro straps really loud on the mic. So it was like.
Yes, I saw them.
It sounded so bad.
I saw when he strapped it on him too in the ring during the night, and I was like, "That's funny. Look at the Velcro. You couldn't do that with the old belts, could you?"
Just get the snaps and the fucking buttons or whatever. Like I've always liked that better. It looks so much cooler. Roman, for a while, he was the only guy who had snaps on his title. Like they didn't give him the Velcro belt until they recently just gave him the new championship. But if you looked at the Universal title, most of the time that blue title did not have Velcro on it at all. So they obviously wanted to make Roman look important, but everybody else can have the little kid belts.
Well, no, it's like I got to give credit real quick to Rostava because this is gold. Like this is a fuckery of. I mean, like I don't care what happens. This is funny. Like this is ridiculous.
We both said it, not just Rostava.
Okay,
don't give Rostava all the cred.
All right, you get.
I'm the champ.
You are the monetized champion, and I know you wouldn't hold the belts like that, like you're fucking. Oh my god!
That's my man.
Oh my god!
The question. We veered away.
Did you hear Cody?
But man.
Watch this.
My man, it's my man.
I'm the question. We veered away from. What was the question?
Joe's about to cough up a lung.
Wait a minute,
of
bro.
Course, this guy who's asking the question asked this long ass question that now he has to re-explain all over again.
He goes, well, the question we veered away with the what was the question, bro? Oh
they
my
are
god!
stoned off.
I fucking love Cody, bro. I love Cody though because even though he's stoned, obviously, he's still giving a more professional answer than most wrestlers are. Like he really is like. I know a lot of people don't like him. I really love him. And I'm actually really happy that he's stepping into that new face of WWE role because he really is fit for it. Like these media appearances, even when he's clearly under the influence of something, he's trying his absolute best. And it doesn't help that he's literally got the most blitzed person ever next to him.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I can't deal with this. Let's play it again.
So what does he say afterwards?
Oh, well, first off, okay, last year we were going into WrestleMania, and there was this really strange discussion about, oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot. What do we do? What do we do?
Can we clip that? Oh my god, Sami Zayn is so hot. Like, wait, go. I'm sorry.
What do we do?
What do we do? What do we do?
Manus, I never thought of, what? Like, what? Like, I'm in it. I'm in it, dudes. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm rolling with you, man. I never in a million years. It was a good question, but man.
Okay, let's get this. This is.
Oh well, first off, okay, last year we were going into WrestleMania, and there was this really strange discussion about, oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot. What do we do? What do we do? That's amazing. He's earned that. He has equity. He has grown. He has.
Well, we're really, really kind of, exposing the business now.
I mean, they do it. They do it on every fucking media scrum and fucking press conference.
That's true. They
do it on AEWs too.
It's kind of what it is, I guess.
Well, first off, okay, last year we were going into WrestleMania, and there was this really strange discussion about, oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot.
You could definitely turn that into a new, like, the Warrior confession thing. Like, it was
imagine Cody gets all pissed off though, like he just goes heel and he's like, and be quite honest with you, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I deserve the main event.
My
not that piece of shit.
I came here
it's
for
my
this.
Fucking time.
I came here for this. Like, that's why I'm here. I'm the son of a.
And there was this really strange discussion about, oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot.
Why did he say it like that?
Strange discussion.
He sounds like he's mocking them.
Yeah.
And there was this really strange discussion about, oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot.
I'm like, fuck
discussion
that guy.
About, oh my god.
Yeah, that's weird.
About, oh my gosh.
We just need that part. We just need that.
Oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot. What do we do?
I just like that. Sami Zayn is so hot.
Oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot.
All right, take it easy, Cody. All right, can you relax? You're like fucking the Dork Knight.
You know why I call my kids fuck trophies, right?
Yeah, please stop. That's fucking terrifying.
You know why I call my kids fuck trophies,
All right, let's hear some more of this because this is kind of unbelievable what we're listening to.
Connected to the audience.
And it's all sponsored by Pizza Hut. Another pizza thing involved. How long until they're mad? They were drunk.
With you. So as someone who's trying to be the quarterback, as someone who's trying to be the lead dog.
Oh my god.
It writes itself.
Oh my God, dude.
It writes itself.
Oh, please tell me Rojas heard that. Like,
No, wait, no, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. I was getting a charger.
Oh
what did he say?
God. You know how I said they should cut this into the confession by the Warrior?
Oh my God, what did he say?
Listen to what Cody just said and think about if we cut this into the confessions of Cody Rhodes.
So as someone who's trying to be the quarterback, as someone who's trying to be the lead dog, nothing could excite me more than
the lead dog.
No, all you gotta do, Joe, what you gotta do is you gotta cut that up and be like, oh my God, Sami Zayn is so hot. Nothing can excite me more.
I mean, I'm trying to be the quarterback.
He's trying to be like Ryback, the quarterback.
Dude, I'm gonna pass out for real. I can't believe this was a gift from God.
This is a WWE event. By the way, like, this isn't a AEW, ROH, some lower fucking tier company. This is WWE, which is still PG, and you have obviously two fucking either intoxicated or you know, under the influence of something guys who are also, by the way, the two of the top stars right now.
Pass out, dude. It's just like the Warriors' confession, bro. What?
Your motive.
You got Jey Uso. You got Jey Uso
got Jerry
going,
Briscoe. We went in the shower, and he proceeded to have Jerry Briscoe from the backside. He was a real hard worker, just a grunty style, like he was grunt. So I was interested to get involved, and I told him what I wanted to do. You know, have people put around me that could direct me effectively, so I could go on and be successful at it and stuff. There were plenty of guys there, and it just grew. So we both let one another F it, and they were congratulating.
Bro, this is gonna be amazing.
Seeing
Cody's confession.
Cody's confession. I'm gonna make it tomorrow.
Well, he might be.
You really should, Joe. Like, seriously, Joe, if you make that tomorrow, oh my God,
you really
I
need
would
to
fucking
try Cracker Casantes.
You got it.
Lead dog, and we're talking Seth Rollins, main event Jey Uso, LA Knight. I welcome it all. Let's.
Wait. What did he say?
He started naming off wrestlers, and he said, "I welcome it all."
We're gonna have ourselves a tag team match.
I'm gonna die.
Right there. You have to edit him in clips of him saying, "Men, women, big dog," like whatever he said. The dogs.
Yeah, dogs. Anything.
I welcome it all.
We can do it all.
I welcome it all.
So, well, he might be the quarterback. He might be the lead dog. And we're talking Seth Rollins, main event Jey Uso, LA Knight. I welcome it all. Let's go. Let's do this together. Again, we have the privilege of saying this is the most successful era in the history of WWE. This is the same company that had the Attitude Era.
That's not true.
That's a crazy thing to say. Like, what is he talking about?
It's, you know what? That's something that someone's feeding him. Like that. That's not him. He's just being told to say that because other guys have said that too. It's not true. And like, I've also heard people who review the product who say that it's not true.
It's not. There's millions of people in 1998, 99, especially 99. There's millions more people watching. I guess, you know, you can make an argument money-wise, though, I guess, is the point, I suppose. Right?
But that money's not going to the wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Yes, well,
like,
no,
the reason why the Attitude Era...
No, they're getting paid a lot of money, I mean, compared to...
Yeah, but I mean, like, the billion-dollar deals, like, that has no effect on any wrestler's contract. What I'm saying is, like, when the Attitude Era was big, or even Ruthless Aggression Era was big, the ratings were big, and that meant the wrestlers were getting paid more money in terms of merchandise sales, in terms of a lot of different things. And like, I don't know. I don't even think you can make the argument that it's the highest grossing, like, period for money. Besides, like, big contracts being signed for the WWE, like, for the business side maybe, but for, like, the wrestlers themselves, I don't know. I just do not understand anything.
I get it. Business-wise, he's got something to say, but...
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my
It's
show,
the ghost from the coast!
What I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my
It's a ghost bomb!
JCS Army, donate to me.
The ghost from the coast has arrived.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge the ghost.
Holy shit, Ghost.
We'll get back to the clip later, after this.
The press seems more fun than the actual PPV, LOL.
The press seems more fun. The press conference is more fun than the actual pay-per-view. I agree. The Ghost from the Coast.
I gotta hear more of this. This is literally, I'm on the edge of my seat to hear more. And apparently, from what D. Welsh is saying in the chat, there was like the Io Sky interview was also pretty funny as well. I know we heard that she was asked if she wanted to wrestle Taylor Swift, because it's the genius types of questions that the interviewers that the WWE allows into the press conference room had to say. But yeah, let's continue.
Taylor Swift would break her leg running. She's like a nimble, little thing. There's no way. Like I think Cardi B could do more. What?
She's taller than Neo.
Yeah, she's taller, but she's like, think about Tom Brady, how he does, he's very nimble or whatever you want to call it, very skinny. It's like, it's not very athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like, looks nice in a dress or a suit, not very athletic. Like, Snooki is more athletic than either one of those in the ring, I bet. I bet you Snooki was more coordinated than they would be in the ring. God.
Snooki did one thing, and I was like...
But I'm telling you, I bet you she was better because she had that low center of gravity. Taylor Swift, the big legs. I don't know, man.
Didn't they put Snooki in the Hall of Fame? Am I imagining this?
I don't remember. They might have, and that's fucking ridiculous.
Literally, like that's probably around the time I started, like that was my first WrestleMania that I watched live.
Yeah.
And so like that's like the fact that she went into the Hall of Fame for that, like even as a kid I remember like, why is she going in the Hall of Fame for that? Like I'm pretty sure she did. Let me look this up. I don't want to be talking out my ass, but I'm pretty sure she won something for that. Maybe it was a Slammy. Snooki, WWE Hall of Fame.
That's sickening. While you look that up, let's continue listening. That's sickening.
It's
okay. She wasn't.
So
I don't think she was.
At all. And seeing him go out there tonight, seeing his entrance first thing on the show, seeing people responding to him, seeing all of that, what it does when you come out is it makes me go, we got it. We got it. And I'm one of the most nervous individuals on earth, terrified. Every time I'm at the curtain, I want to run away. And then my music hits and I'm out there. Oh, they're singing. Okay, we're good. We're good. Seeing that makes me feel we got this because he's earned it. Who is the biggest babyface star in WWE?
You think Triple H has pulled Cody aside? And I know Triple H is like a big proponent of showing emotion now, and like, yeah, go out there and show emotion. But do you think maybe somebody, a light bulb went off, like Triple H or Stone Cold or somebody, and they reached out to Cody and they were like, you know what, man, don't do the crying thing anymore. Don't cry. Like, you need to be this mega superstar, strong person that, if you keep the crying thing, people are losing you. Don't try not to do that as much anymore. And I noticed he sort of like almost does again, and then he's like, and I get it because I can get like that too. But he gets to go like that, and then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." Anyway, and he just like tries to be the man. It's like, okay.
I think this is more the case that he's stoned than anything. And when you're stoned, you do get like kind of like weirdly gaily emotional sometimes. Like if depending on the weed I'm smoking, I'll just be like,
right,
yeah, man, I'll know. Like all of a sudden I'm thinking about the girl in the supermarket that I saw that had cancer, and I felt really bad about it. I'm thinking about, which is by the way like a year or two prior to this, and I think about it, I'm like getting emotional about it. So yeah, I think that's probably what's playing into it. But yeah, I'm sure somebody has kind of brought him to the side and been like, hey, you are like kind of a pretty big deal. We get it. You're just putting the emotions in, but you can't be like, crying, So I'm sure someone has probably talked to him about that. Continue with this clip because I'm really just anxious to hear what hilarious thing they're gonna say next.
Right. last year in Canada, they shut down the peaceful lockdown protesters, and they had their bank accounts destroyed and lives ruined. But tonight, Hamas is alive and well in Canada. Just want to say that. So Canada loves terrorism, and Canada loves dead people, and Canada loves dead Jews. Just want to say that.
Do you think that? Well, what do you think? Well, Jey Uso loves dead Jews. He was talking about it.
Well, exactly. I mean, he's upset too. I mean,
man. Hey, so Jey Uso, what do you think about the Jewish people that died? Man. What?
Oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot.
Relax, Cody.
Oh my gosh, Sami Zayn is so hot. Let's find out, right? And I'm all for it. And this is just such a treat that this happened. Again, he said people probably lost money. It's not something I ever called happening, but we are blessed that it did. Feels like it's right.
And it makes me want to step my game up like with him. Feel me? You feel me? Like for real.
Do you feel him, sir?
Feel me?
Dude, be your 20-year-old self.
Now he's 20. Eventually this guy's gonna get down to an illegal age, and Jay's gonna say something stupid.
He said, I want to feel your 20-year-old self.
Yeah, he said this is getting real weird. And look at the look on Jay's face too when he says this. Look at him. Look at his look. How he looks.
You should also clip when he goes, "You look like you're 21 to me now." You should say that. You should use that clip out of context. Any picture of an underage person, you looking like you 21 to me now.
You reversed it. Made it seem like he's a fucking creepo. You look 21 to me now. Show a fucking 14-year-old.
Get the belt.
Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna die tonight.
The belt is killing me. The fact that he's like, it's not heavy. You're right. It's not a heavy belt. It's not hard to keep them on your shoulders.
Where is Nerdy? Where is always Nerdy tonight? He's missing all the fun.
I think he didn't.
Yeah.
I think he realized that it was a wrestling stream tonight, and he didn't want to associate because he's a crybaby wrestling hater.
He'll be all
even
right.
though that's how everybody discovered the show.
Right. Well, people pretend like, oh, I don't know, stupid wrestling fans. Oh, wait, how did I find it all?
You heard me call out YR about that. I was just like, dude, you literally make a fucking WWE 2K stream.
The whole point of him,
it.
the whole point of him is to say stuff to get people to talk, to get people to do things, so he can get whatever. That's all the whole.
I've mentioned him. I bet he's happy now.
Yep, you did it again.
Probably jizzed in his pants.
But
good for you.
But I do want to say thank you to Ghost from the Coast. He dropped the $80. Ghost from the Coast, thank you. D. Welsh, Matt Colon, Pacharo, Ashley Taylor, and everybody else who've been donating. Just wanted to shout out the big dogs tonight so far. And let's keep this ride going. Let's see what else happens as Jay. I mean, dude, he is looking at this guy like he's gonna rape him. Like, look,
he's not even an attractive guy either. Like, the guy's fat.
The guy he's looking, like Cody's looking away, like, all right, what are we doing? And Jay's like, yeah, suck your asshole.
Nah. I'm gonna fuck this guy.
I'm gonna fuck this guy till he's dead.
But Jay, you're not even gay. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. It's about teaching him a lesson.
I'm gonna pretend he's a woman. I'm gonna pretend this is Jade.
I'm gonna pretend he's a rapist.
Oh my gosh.
They should have. You know what?
Pretend honestly, he's Jade. What the fuck?
I'm surprised he has tonight. You know how they've been doing like Jey Uso, like, oh, I think Jay's more interested in Rhea, or Rhea's more interested in Jay. Would it be funny if Jay just like went on this like uncensored rant about Rhea? Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. I saw Rhea tonight. I wanted to rip her pants off against the wheel and stick my Jimmy in her. I want to
stick my Jimmy in her.
Stick my pickle right in the hole.
The pickle goes in the hole, and I love that a whole lot.
But the lime in
the pickle go in the jar. The pickle go in the jar, and sometimes you got to close that jar up. You know what I'm saying?
Osama came over and said something about himself.
That's probably the dreaded wrap-up. Q.
Oh, you gonna wrap it? You don't want to do one more?
Oh, they're trying to wrap him up.
You want to do a bonus question?
Hey, give it up.
Listen, they got the main event coming up here. We know, but a little bonus question don't hurt nobody.
We literally do have.
You got main event Jay. It was a little bonus question.
Okay, bonus question.
Talk to him. Look, he raised his hand.
You had a real chill way about putting the hand.
You got your leg up. You know what I mean?
Donnie Burgess, Network Indiana.
Oh, you local?
Yes, sir.
Local.
So you brought up the nightmare. You brought up the.
Oh, you local? What the fuck? I love the Cody, because Cody was waiting for the guy to say like something he knew, like, "Oh, this is ringside fire" or whatever. Like
we are in Indianapolis. Anything random.
But so this guy was like, "Oh, I got a question," and then Cody, the Indianapolis Sun or whatever, and Cody's like, "Oh, you're local." He goes, "Like, dude, they are ripped. Look at this shit.
They are local."
God. Nightmare Factory earlier, Cody.
Yes, sir.
You're on NXT Tuesday.
I am?
Yes, sir.
Who else is on it?
A little bit everybody. He didn't even know he's on NXT.
John Cena? Yeah. Oh, man, I saw the commercial. It had some unique music at the end of it, too.
But you obviously take a great love and passion for teaching the next generation. You brought up the Nightmare Factory earlier. You're in NXT Tuesday to visit and make a major announcement. But the question is, has a thought ever crossed your mind in the past year or so? Do you ever imagine you being the next Rhodes in NXT to teach that class?
Oh, geez. The bonus question is supposed to be late. It's a great question.
He was like, I got a good question.
My manager can tell you this. When I came back to WWE, I flat out told him I will never step foot in the Performance Center. And the reason was not my dislike of the Performance Center, is he's everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
And that's hard, right? And then I ended up being in the Performance Center like a month later to do medical or something, you know, and I went back on that. I just
because Dusty really was a huge part of that, and he would have some feelings. I get it.
I have a specific announcement that I want to bring.
I thought it was more like the case of I will not step foot in the fucking Performance Center because I don't need to be there.
Too fucking.
That's what he really wanted to say.
Too fucking good.
That's for Jade.
Place. Fuck this place.
That's for Jade. That's for Jade. That's where she'll go.
That's where Jade is right now. Yeah. Notice that's the second slight on Jade tonight. See that?
Yeah. Go back to the Nightmare Factory.
Yeah. Go back to the fucking.
Is that where she learned her wrestling from? Was the Nightmare Factory?
Yeah.
Maybe Nia went there too, because she's certainly a nightmare.
QT Marshall did it.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think they highlighted that in the first episode of the Cody Rhodes docu-series for AEW when he first did it, and Jay was wrestling in the ring. So
yeah.
Winged Moonlight goes, Cody's answering the question like he walked into a house and grabbed a lemonade made by a 12-year-old decoy.
What the fuck, dude? What is this?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the girl. Yeah, and you thought you were going to be talking to a 12-year-old girl. Yeah.
Yeah, 12. Here she is. You guys can handle it, right?
Well, are you going to press play to the clip?
Oh, you want me to keep playing it? I'm not here to control it. Then I don't know what's going to happen next.
Who gives a fuck? How long are you going to be gone?
Oh, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
All right, make it quick, and by then you can pause the stream. All right, we'll just react to whatever the rest of the stream is.
Okay, well here it is.
Whatever.
Let's play some more of this clip of Cody, obviously probably intoxicated,
and Jay
or
out of his mind, drunk.
I went back on that. I just want to go. I have a specific announcement that I want to bring. And I'm excited to be there. I'm excited to see Shawn Michaels and what he's done. Carmelo Hayes is one of my favorite people. Trick. I mean, it's an impressive group. I don't think that's in the cards for me. But here's the thing. I have probably told you guys a bazillion things and somehow ended up in that exact spot. So I don't know. Dusty taught communication. He taught promos. He called it communication. No one really filled that spot after he left. I always thought somebody like a Mick Foley or somebody would fill that spot. Somebody who's been there, who did it, you know. But I am not going to teach them anything. I'm going to be there with them and just enjoy it and have a little fun. It's outside my comfort zone. I'm genuinely terrified of it's at Full Sail, right? Full Sail?
Yeah.
You got out of going.
Wait.
Who? But I'm a little terrified of it. But we're in a crazy time for our industry, and I'm excited for my announcement and to be able to bring that to the NXT universe and sports entertainment fans and wrestling fans. Great bonus question.
Hard question. Well, the bonus question is out of the way, so we can allow you guys to further celebrate this evening our new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes.
Hey, y'all give it up for Saxon, your yellow Big Bird jacket he got going on over here, man. I can never wear a yellow jacket.
Big Bird?
Come on, man.
Kasama, can you turn that down, really?
Turn it off a little bit.
Yeet. Let's go, y'all.
We gotta go, man. I'm riding with Cody Rhodes. Yeet.
The stand-up version of the theme makes it sound even more derpy.
Our final guest is the Chief Content Officer of WWE. Please welcome Paul Triple H Levesque.
They don't play his music? What the fuck? Probably sitting, oh my god, it smells like weed over here. It's pungent smell.
Doing that. That was amazing. I gotta say, that was amazing. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank the city of Indianapolis. This is such an amazing city. Great partners to work with. The people here are amazing. Fans here are amazing, and it's really sort of one of our peak WWE sales. I want to thank all of you for coming out here tonight, and I certainly want to thank
yeah, man, they're both canceled. Yeah, they're both fucking out of the company.
It truly is. Cody was alluding it to a little bit, the privilege of doing what we get to do, and our performers, all of us that are working behind the scenes of building, structuring, and putting on a show like we did tonight, and seeing the reaction of people, just to see the crowd, to see their reactions, to see, 14,500 plus to be standing up and, doing the arms.
Dude, I swear, if he says this is the highest grossing fast lane or whatever, I'm going to fucking flip out.
Just getting a special exemption to be here tonight because it's just what he loves. And I just saw his dad in the hallway who just told me, he just comes up to me like full of joy and thanks me for putting a smile on his son's face.
We know he's not talking about Cody.
It just cannot be explained. So thank all of you for that. Tonight was the highest grossing event that we have ever done in Indianapolis.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, dude. I knew he was going to say something like that.
This is a city
and it was all thanks to Pizza Hut.
This is a city that has hosted WrestleMania 7.
What does that even mean, the highest grossing? That's a lie.
All of that to break that record here tonight, 14,529, just loud, intense, crazy fans. It was amazing. And a wonderful night.
That's a non-record to break, by the way.
That is kind of crazy. And we set sponsorship records here tonight. So just successful across the board. We'll have our people get numbers to you in the coming weeks of what everything was. I wanted to talk about the event.
Those numbers will be turned out to be a lie, and you'll be off by like 1,000 or 2. But
becoming the new,
Meltzer finna get on their ass.
Tag team champions in a stellar match. But to see, for me, I don't know who was he joking about their age in here. Yeah, you don't look 21, but for me, Cody as a kid, Jay as a kid, and then seeing them come in here and seeing what they go through and seeing Cody's growth. To what he did when he was here the first time, to leaving, to just becoming an absolutely different human being and different performer, and coming back here and just owning it. To see,
but I still didn't forget about the throne spot, and he lost at WrestleMania because of it.
Story over just the past few years to where they are right now.
I hate Stardust.
Right in main event level stuff that he is not there because of somebody else. He's there because of the performances he's delivering. It's just amazing for me to see, and the performance that they put on tonight, that match was incredible, and very happy for
Stardust.
Them, and I'm very happy for everybody that was in it. The Judgment Day have been on an incredible run, and I'm sure it's not over, just getting started. And I'm sure if Rhea Ripley has anything to say about it, they'll all get it together real soon here. The return of CARLITO tonight, long overdue, and very excited for him. And as he would say, that's cool. Just excited to have him back, excited to have him back home, and excited to see what he can do on this run. EO continues that, when you're leaving NXT to come to Raw or SmackDown, it's a different world and a different environment. It's like leaving college football to play in the NFL. And sometimes it takes a moment in time. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes people never really make that transition. To see EO's transition now from where she came in the door and that skyrocketing back up to where EO was in NXT and the dominant force that she was there, and seeing her now pull that out here, it's incredible to watch. And in there with two people like Asuka and Charlotte that have literally changed the industry for women. It's awesome to see. So my hat's off to her. And of course, to me, the all-star.
Charlotte has Asuka just loses.
All-star of that women's division. Bayley just continues to just prove why
they'll give her like 6 months
one of the most valuable players and MVP of that division.
She's gonna do her job.
Nobody else. And I don't know that she's always getting credit for that.
They will not be consistent with her.
I wanted to talk about Cena for a second and say thank you to John. It's funny, you get to a place in your career and other things come into play, and he doesn't need to be here. This is the thing, and he talked about his, the time with Rocky.
He really didn't need to be here tonight.
When you're in the thick of it, you look at it different, and he looked at it different.
Yeah, he could have stayed home.
I know he said betrayed a trust and all that, but the point in time, it's how you feel, it's what you say, and I don't know that he owed anybody an apology, but you know, you're in different places in your life, and there's different decisions that you make based on where you are there. Because if you're the same person you were 5 years ago, you wasted 5 years, right? You need to grow at all times, and to see John's growth, but to always come back to this. Doesn't have to be here. Could be doing a million other things, maybe like resting or sleeping. I don't know. He just doesn't seem to do either one of them. But he does it because he loves it, because there's nothing like this. There's nothing like standing in that ring tonight in front of those, you know, almost 15,000 people and getting that feeling, having that rush, that electric connection. Rock talks about it a lot, right? The electricity, that connection that you have. It's why talent do this in the first place. It's why they do it. Even if they're getting to the end and they decide, you know, it's time to step away, they always want to come back. It's
that
why
and the money.
It's why everybody has a hard time retiring.
The money.
It's all of you, and it's that connection. There's nothing else like it in the world. But I do recognize what John is talking about when he says he doesn't know how long he has to do this, right? He's at an age, he's doing a lot of other things.
John Cena, by the way, looked extremely bored. He wanted to get out of there.
I know I am.
No, he did. He definitely
did. The appreciation level that John should get is off the charts. We'll just need to understand how good he is and what he means to this industry. And while you get a chance to see Babe Ruth play, when he's here, don't criticize him.
He hasn't done anything.
Just enjoy it, because it won't last forever, and we all need to understand that. But I just want to say thank you to John, because it's what he's doing right now, the run he's doing, the moment that he's giving people like LA Knight, the moment that he's giving people like Jimmy Solo. There's no experience like that in the world for them, and he's gracing them with that. He's gracing us with that. So thank you, John. Within that LA Knight, hard to imagine a year ago he was Max Dupree, right? It's hard to even think about that. And here
How
he
is
is
it
in the
hard to
position that he's
imagine?
in.
Y'all gave him
And
the
he's right.
gimmick. I
He
don't
is
understand.
So used to fighting his way up the hill that he can't enjoy it, and I'm working on it with him. Trying
Wait,
to get him to enjoy it, trying to get him to
the
understand that
hill
we're all
to
pushing
fight
with
him.
him. We're all pushing him up the hill too. And
You were the
but
hill.
It's amazing to see the transformation, and it's not necessarily a transformation because it's always been there. Just needed the right time and the right platform and the right.
It's been more than 2 minutes,
Joe. And
Joe.
here it is, and he's got the opportunity of a lifetime now, and I hope he capitalizes on all of it.
What is he doing? Passing the kidney stone?
This is the Shinsuke Nakamura that I've always wanted to see here. The work he's been doing the last couple of months with Seth Rollins, it's a different Shinsuke Nakamura. His energy, his vibe, just seeing him on a day-to-day basis, he's like a new person, and it's impressive to see.
It's the same heel Shinsuke that we got in 2018 and 2019.
Because he's a special talent, and I want everybody in the world to be able to see just how special he is. So, you know, with that
Was
said,
he retarded?
Thanking everybody here tonight. It's going to be a huge week coming up, as Cody mentioned. Big Raws and SmackDowns. NXT coming up. Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker are going to tear it up. You got Cena and Heyman in their corners. Oscar,
he really looks good tonight, losing cleanly again.
It's an amazing
like
week.
Man, he's just such a top star. Like we want him to lose the biggest match on the show.
After putting Steph for like 80 tables.
And I know he's my friend, so people look at this funny, but the work that Shawn Michaels and that team, his team, is doing down there in NXT is off the chart. Just starting all over fresh, turning everything around, and just week after week after week producing some of the best content that WWE is producing. My hat's off to all of them and to the talent. And you have to think about the fact that a lot of those talent that they're working with on a day-to-day basis down there, some of them have been doing it for 6 months. And when I say they've been doing it for 6 months, I don't mean they did it 5 years someplace else and came here for 6 months. I mean, literally, they walked
through the ropes for the first time. Like literally be able to get paid millions of dollars to just go live.
Right. To be able to get to that level. When I see stuff like that, and I see the talent that we have here right now, and you
just go out there and just say the most random
shit in WWE right now, and then I look at what's in NXT, man.
It is random.
You look at people that are coming in like Jade Cargill, what a future. But when you look at all the people that are behind them, the Roxanne Perez's, the Tiffany's, the Carmelos, the Brauns, all of them. And underneath that, there's a thick deck of people that are picking it up even faster than they did. So that whole team down there with Shawn and Matt Bloom and everybody is just knocking it out of the park.
What's the point of
open it up to questions?
Yeah, Prince Albert was
living down
about
there. Taylor Swift wrestling. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Lemma in the chat, by the way. I agree with you about WWE being better than it has been.
In Indianapolis for WWE. That seems to be part of the course for almost every premium live event there's been this year.
I thought I was going to get like tackled or something. Holy cow. Scared the crap out of me.
Every event seems to be setting records, selling out everywhere. But you guys are able to do that without having to rely on every single superstar being on every single event. Roman Reigns isn't needed to be on every PLE or every SmackDown. What does that speak volumes to for not just the talent, the superstars, but everybody behind the scenes and just in WWE, the work everybody has been doing this year? Because almost everybody on this show is operating at a higher level than they were a year ago at this time.
Yeah, look, Cody mentioned it, right? There's a moment in time right now that the teamwork, whether it's the talent, whether it's the producers and the creative team all working together with talent, whether it's them all working together on their own, whether it's Kevin Dunn's team behind the scenes on the TV production and that side of it. There's this
leak news confirmed. Kevin Dunn is done.
Teamwork, camaraderie. We're all we are all in the same boat, rowing in the exact same direction and having a blast doing it. And that's unique and rare. And I think part of that is in a moment in time where, Vince was so instrumental in everything we did for so long. He did it like nobody else in the world, 50 years, right? The level of, look, I don't know that there would be sports entertainment or professional wrestling industry if it wasn't for him. I think everybody right now is looking at the responsibility of carrying on from that 50-year point forward to getting us to places we've never been before. And at this moment in time, where we are with the merger, with TKO, with everything, with the opportunity that we have, I think everybody sees it. And we're all in, all of us, just
oh my God, they're all in
to make it better and better. I think what's motivating about it is every show that you go to is sold out, and every event you go to is a record. And we're coming into times now where we're going back into the same buildings that we set a record in last time we were there, and you're waiting to see what it's going to do, and you set another record, right? It's that's just incredibly motivating, and it's different for me this time. The Attitude Era was the same thing. We saw talk about it before the
mediocre records.
Big again, like it was in the 80s.
Yeah, that's all I was about to say. Like, it's kind of easy to set records when y'all were historically fucking horrible for 5 years.
We couldn't all appreciate it because
what are you saying?
We were all just striving to be.
Now people actually want to come to our events.
One way is good, but
instead of us having to tarp off half the audience.
We're in one of the greatest runs in the history of this business.
And then how much of that had to do with COVID? Like, you literally couldn't get people in the buildings. Of course you weren't doing the numbers you were. Like, what are you talking about?
Jesus.
I mean, even before COVID, the fucking half the audience was getting tarped off. So it's like now that they're actually doing shows where they fucking sell out the arena, it's a fucking legendary, record-breaking. Like, Joe, we literally predicted, like, before he even said it, I said, as soon as Triple H got on there, I was like, I bet he's going to say some stupid-ass shit that this is like the highest-grossing fast lane of all time. And the fucking one of the first things he says is that this was the highest-grossing show they've had in Indianapolis. Like, what a retarded-ass record to tout. Like, who cares?
That's what
that's
what Triple H and Tony Khan do now, man. Oh, he's in the business side. It's all about the business. Like, what did the business do? Like, what's the positive to take away?
Yeah, I just don't agree with these. Like, I don't understand what the point of these fucking press conferences are. You know what they used to do after pay-per-views? And I really miss these fucking things. I really miss this show, Talking Smack. Talking Smack was genius. It was an amazing fucking show. Just have a post-fucking show press conference that's in the lines of kayfabe, so you get the guys on there, and they're a little bit loosey-goosey, but they're cutting promos, and they're building upon the storyline. We do not need the first question asked to the new tag team champions, what do you think of Jade Cargil? We do not need Io Sky being asked after beating Charlotte and Asuka, well, wouldn't you want to face Taylor Swift? Why not just do Talking Smack? Talking Smack was genius. Why did anybody say, I don't like that? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. People actually watch Talking Smack. Not many people watch these press conferences because nothing happens on them, except for when someone shows up drunk like tonight. That was hilarious. But again, I would much rather see these guys cut promos instead of being like, well, this is the business that we're in, and they're lying out their ass, like they're talking a bunch of fake shit that's not true. Like, it's not the most successful period of wrestling. It's not. It's not the most highest grossing show. It's not. Stop lying about it. Like, this is bullshit. And AEW does this too. Stop. It's like we're going to pat ourselves on the back. Look how great our product is. It's getting better. It's amazing. Like, this whole thing about, like, oh my God, recently you can tell things have been stepping up. What? I haven't noticed that. It feels the same. Not like saying it's a bad thing. I think the product has gotten better, but in terms of, like, everybody's really stepping it up on their game. Why? Where have you noticed this? Because the WWE decided to book them properly again? It's like Triple H brings up something about LA Knight. About like, oh, I can't believe this guy used to be Max Dupree. Yeah, because you made him Max Dupree. Or at least Vince did. It wasn't a case of like, wow, look at where this guy came from. It was, wow, he was really over as LA Knight in NXT. Then you moved him to WWE, the main roster, gave him a gimmick that he shouldn't have had. And then he ended up getting out of that gimmick and doing the gimmick that we all wanted him to do. And guess what? It got over. That's not someone stepping up their game.
Triple H had the audacity to sit there and say, that he just keeps climbing over the hill. Like whatever the hill is, he gets over the obstacle. And me and Luke are sitting here like, motherfucker, y'all were the hill. Y'all were the hill. You created the hill. You made the hill, bruh. You were the king of the hill.
Yeah, and when it's not the WWE doing these bullshit, like, to pat ourselves on the back media scrums, it's AEW where they're lying about things. You know, we found out that wasn't true at all, that it's not the highest grossing wrestling event of all time, and it's not the, like, highest attendance rated ever. Like, it was fucking like a really big lie that just came out. And of course, Dave Meltzer tried to cover it up because the whole fucking thing is corrupt, and he probably owns shares in AEW or something like that. I don't know, maybe not shares, but he definitely has some sort of personal stock in that company that allows him to do biased reports like that. But like, yeah, even AEW with their press conferences, they have these faux, like, pretend to be in the lines of kayfabe promos, but they're not really. And then they start talking about how great and how everybody's stepping up everything and how this is that and that and the third. It's propaganda. Like, why are we watching this? Please bring back Talking Smack. I would pay money if they brought back Talking Smack.
You really like Talking Smack. Holy shit.
To be fair,
stuff happened.
Huge. Stuff happened?
Yeah, like, Joe, wasn't it a lot more interesting to hear these guys cut promos after they win a match instead of being asked about Taylor Swift?
I mean, it was definitely it was better than this, and it was better than the interviews they do backstage and stuff. So that is pretty true.
That's where we got the infamous Miz promo on Daniel Bryan. But not only did we get the Miz promo, Miz cut amazing promos all the time on Talking Smack. But Baron Corbin came into his own. He got to cut a lot of promos that we didn't really get to see from him that were actually good. The Usos kind of came into their own and kind of had their own promos. American Alpha, like a lot of guys that went on that show that didn't get the time of day on television, or Breeze Dongo too. They didn't get the time of day on the television. They were big in 2017. When they would go on Talking Smack or when they would go on Raw Talk, which is their fucking Raw ripoff show, these guys were given the platform to give promos that they wouldn't normally be able to give on the television show and that were interesting to listen to. Because then you're like, oh, I want to hear what the character of Cody Rhodes has to say, not the, like, actual person, you know? Like Cody Rhodes as a person talking about the product is not what I want to see. I want to see Cody Rhodes, the character, and Jey Uso, the character, what their response to winning the titles are. I just don't feel like you get that with these press conferences.
Yeah, you get a lot of corporate weird smuggery.
Yeah, and then every once in a while they just try to randomly throw in a promo at the end, being like, "Hey, you know, I'm the champion now, so you know I will take on all comers."
Exactly.
Okay.
Like I don't want to be too dismissive of it because, of course, like at the end of the day, like we're not insulting the intelligence of the audience. Like I'm talking about us, just as far as yes, this is their company. Of course, they have to be the ones promoting it. They have to talk themselves up. But to further what Luke's point is more than anything, you don't have to lie to make your point. And if you do have to lie to make your point, then maybe what you're actually doing isn't exactly working then. You know, like I don't want to like try to like cloud this shit with the overconfidence of the WWE because of course they will sit there and just say a whole bunch of shit that's not true just to make themselves look better. It's all prop, and like you said, it's propaganda. But what we as the audience can't do is just allow for, say, a situation like this to become something that is perpetuated as if it's just true. Like, no. Everything that Triple H just said was bullshit. I love Triple H. I'm sure we all do. But like, yo, you cannot come out on this fucking makeshift, pretend to be real when it ain't real as like fucking faux setup press conference like this is ESPN after the goddamn game or shit. And you out here talking like you really are a proud coach or something. Like, no. That, and I agree with Luke. That's why this shit is going the way it's going. You can't even present this in a tangible way. It's literally being done.
It's not even the sense like they're breaking kayfabe constantly, but they also want to still keep it in the lines of kayfabe. Like realistically, what is Triple H's role in the lines of kayfabe? The head of creative. What does that mean? What does creative mean in kayfabe?
What does creative mean if we're supposed to actually be out here watching people fight? You know what I mean? Exactly.
Like when Cody said, "Finish the story," he means it as like story in like his life. So like him saying the story like that way, to me makes sense because it was a one-time line, you know. And then now it's getting fucking regurgitated, and the interviewers are asking about the story and the story and story, and now it's like, okay, we're kind of losing the point that the story is like a metaphor. Like it's not a real story. You know, well, technically it is, but in the lines of kayfabe, it's Cody completing his lifelong dream, like a storybook ending. It's not, but now they're focusing so heavily on, oh, it's the story. Like they're focusing, like what's going on with the story? How about the story of you and Roman? The story. It's like, shut up. Stop saying story. We get it.
To be fair,
stop.
I'm getting tired of Cody saying that shit too, because it's almost coming across like once he wins the belt, he's not gonna have nothing to live for.
Well, Cody has stopped saying it. You can notice that I think Cody even, like the interviewer, when he asked him, he's like, I know you don't really like talking about it anymore, because I think Cody realized, what did I do with the story thing? I should have stopped that.
It's just it's almost disingenuous to the same fan base that you're asking to continue to buy the products. It can't be like that, dog. It just can't, bro. It can't.
Yeah.
So I agree with everything you're saying, Luke. And you know what I'm saying, for our audience, they know that doesn't always happen all the time. But you are literally hitting the nail on the head with this one. I can't like disagree at all, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care that they break kayfabe. Breaking kayfabe, who gives a fuck? But it's the fact that they're breaking kayfabe, and then they're also trying to make it seem like this is in the lines of kayfabe. So it's like, realistically, if you're watching this and you think, you know, you're trying to follow the story of WWE, to me, it's just confusing. It would be confusing as a fan, because I know that it's fake, but I'm imagining like there are still kids out there that don't realize that. And imagine as a kid, you're watching this and they start talking about creative and stories and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Is this fake? But then they also randomly at the end try to make it like, oh no, but it's real. We're in a fight.
Exactly.
What? I would be so confused as a kid. Like I wouldn't know what to tell you. I couldn't tell you if WWE is fake or not because I don't know. They're lying to me.
Exactly. Like what part of this is true? What part of this isn't? You know what I mean? Like that's where it gets really, really confusing, especially to, like you were just saying, the younger audience, who at the end of the day, they are admitting out of their own mouth, they're the ones that they're doing this shit for. They're the ones they're selling to. They're the ones that they're trying to get their family to buy the tickets and shit. Like that's what all this is for, correct? So if you're like, you'll never see, well, I ain't gonna say you'll never see, but a lot of the times in the Marvel movies and shit, you're not gonna see them be like, oh, well, hey, I'm in a movie. Hey, man, my director really kind of fucked up this script, you know, like unless it's fucking Deadpool or something. But of course,
that's the only time. That's the only time. And that's
but that's what he does. That's different. You know what I mean? Like, you've actually set up what do they call it? Like a established fucking like narrative with that, to where people expect that. That's part of the shit.
It's like if in Star Wars, like Luke Skywalker before he fights Vader is like, well, I'm really excited to see. Like he starts talking about, like, I can't even come up with a comparison that would fit because wrestling is so unique. But it is like if you've ever watched a movie, imagine the characters of the movie started talking about stuff like story and started talking about the creative process of writing the story and this and that. So you're like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah,
so it's all fake?
Like, it'll be like Luke Skywalker being on fucking Tatooine or something. Like, man, I really hope I don't end up meeting my dad doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like,
you can't, like, we're not coming up with the best examples, but anybody knows what I mean. Like, no other piece of media does this where they both expose the fact that it's fiction, but then also try to keep it in the lines of that it's, you know, real. It's confusing to the audience. Just tell us what you want to tell us. You want to make a WWE propaganda fucking press conference, do that. If you want to do the fucking like kayfabe press conference, do Talking Smack, because Talking Smack worked better, and you didn't have to have a bunch of these fucking amateur journalists who shouldn't be asking questions. Fucking waste time.
Agreed.
Like whoever asked that Taylor Swift question should never be allowed to a press conference again. Like ever. Like that person should never be allowed again.
To your point with the Talking Smack, they actually still kept it in kayfabe for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like Renee would be up there kind of trying to be witty and funny and shit. But say like Daniel Bryan was pissed off of some shit that happened, he would come in the back carrying the same energy that he had from the show. He's not coming up in there like, oh, hey, Renee, good to see you. How's John doing? Like, no, that's not what's happening right now. So
Winged Moonlight fucking, he makes the perfect example. He goes, it was really hard to lose my hand, but with the whole Darth Vader being my father, I feel it really fit what we were trying to embody. Like, imagine he just said that. Like, what? So is it real? Is it not real? I don't even know what's going on now. So yeah, that's when I don't even give a fuck anymore. You know, I've said it 100 times, but yeah, Triple H just talked a whole bunch of bullshit that didn't even make any sense. And I also felt like a lot of the times these interviewers just ask them the same question, but like phrased differently.
They planned
so the
out.
wrestlers, and so the wrestlers have to give them the same answers, but phrased slightly differently. Like Cody and Jey answered the same question like 3 times, but it was phrased differently.
That's crazy.
And neither one of them got the point across.
Oh yeah, Jey specifically was just like, yeah, whatever.
Jey right
Whatever.
now, this is like he is under drive car watch right now. Like they are like making sure that he's not running out into the parking lot to get in a car. Like, okay.
Apparently they were in the bus. They were on the bus when they
Leave him on the bus.
Smoke or whatever.
Make sure Jey doesn't leave the bus.
Make sure he passes out on the bus too.
Make sure he passes away on the bus. Anyway, no, we're gonna wrap. I think we're gonna
wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up because 2:30 in the morning, and we went 4 hours or something like that. And there's 3 of us on this call. We could probably go a couple hours more, but
I want this title sent to me.
Okay, I'll send you the title.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
that is all.
That clears that all up.
I want to thank Mustafa for being here earlier. J Men S. And
or during night calls me J Mayonnaise.
J Mayonnaise. Oh. He calls his kids little mayonnaise makers. It's weird.
Hey, Dodgers for life. I don't know if you're real or not in the chat, but Katie Vick is a character. Was apparently Kane's ex-girlfriend who died, and then Triple H said that Kane murdered her and had sex with her corpse. And to show this as an example, Triple H went to a funeral home dressed up in a Kane mask and had sex with a mannequin in a casket.
That he did.
And some of us jerked off to it.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, Triple H also asked, Triple H was asked by a priest who was in the funeral home that they were at, and the priest goes, "Hey, can you guys keep it down? Because we're trying to do a service here." Because they were being too loud, having sex with the fake mannequin in a casket.
I can't believe they did that in the same, like, the place wasn't fully rented out or whatever, you know, like it's very...
He's feeling himself. He's vibing.
He's jizzing in the casket. No.
He's feeling himself. He's vibing. I love that line. That's so... Dude, you got to add that line with the Cody Rhodes, like, he's hot. What?
There's a lot of weird clips from Cody Rhodes that we have tonight.
Oh, my gosh. Sami Zayn is so hot.
and then the Jey Uso clips too. Like, you're 21 to me.
Well, what do you think of this clip that I just happened to find on the internet? What do you think of AEW. What do you think of this, Rojas?
Now, a dance off, Tony. A dance off. Just what I wanted to. Now, a dance off, Tony. A dance off. Now, a dance off, Tony. A dance. Now.
What?
Now.
The other guy's doing the Fandango dance.
Yeah, they thrust him.
Oh, that's Jeff Hardy. You know, Jeff Hardy, who used to be like one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling.
He might get behind the card too.
He now, like, it doesn't even sound like the audience were really reacting to that either.
It almost sounds like a piped in sound. Listen.
Now, a dance off, Tony. A dance off. Just what I wanted to.
That was very weird. I don't know. That was very strange. I don't know.
Oh, what is Jeff Hardy doing?
I don't know. Jeff Hardy's he's just happy. He's happy he's anywhere right now that he's not canceled after the drunk driving. I mean, think about it. He is Tammy Sytch is going to jail maybe for a long time for killing someone. He is one step below that, just missing that moment.
He literally ruined his career. Like, he's done it, and he's done it multiple times where he ruined his own career. Like, this guy, I don't think people understand. This guy in 2008, 2009 was on top of the fucking world. He was the biggest baby face. And now it's like, who even cares? He's doing some nothing spot in AEW. He's still living off the fucking 90s Jeff Hardy gimmick.
Right.
It's like he used to not only did he have a different theme, but his gimmick was like, yeah, it was still Jeff Hardy. But now it feels like all he's doing is living off 90s Jeff Hardy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are all of the wrestlers in AEW living off of their 90s gimmicks?
Well, what else are they going to do?
Oh, Edge and Christian, because remember they used to be in a tag team together in the 90s?
Yeah, but they're not doing that. They're fighting. They're going to fight each other.
They're going to get tagged together. Fucking who gives a fucking fuck?
Like I'm in it. I'm in it, dude. Like, I don't know.
I thought that was Garguts for a
I'm
second.
rolling with you, man. I never.
I'm here, guys. Oh my god, imagine that. All right, we're out of here. Good night, boys.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Good show. Good shit. Keep it hard. Great job by the MOnetize This champion. I had a fucking blast tonight. Thank you to everybody who donated all night long and supported the show. Remember, you can hear Bullfrog and me. Bullfrog is back for 12 minutes in a 12-minute podcast on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show coming up soon. And, of course, thanks to everybody who donated all night long, but, of course, especially D. Welsh, the Ghost from the Coast, and Ashley Taylor dropping the big ones on us. Thank you guys seriously very much. I know since we had to sort of balance Fastlane, we didn't do a lot of MOnetize This. We didn't even do a MOnetize This. We just did mostly wrestling and stuff. So back normal next week, I believe. Next Saturday, MOnetize This is back. Normal things. I may go live tomorrow night just to do something because we didn't get to do a lot of topics tonight because it was wrestling. But I had a blast. 6 out of 10 for me for Fastlane. Could have been better, but, you know, it was okay. And that being said, that's really all I got, man. So I will see you all. And obviously there's some crazy shit going on in the world right now, so that's concerning. Awful videos today. If you didn't see the videos, man, don't do it. Little kids being tortured and killed and beaten up by Hamas or whatever, and then the Israel people's attacking, and it's just a big nasty thing of disgusting. And it's pretty heartbreaking, to be honest, and it's going to get worse, it looks like. So I don't understand how anybody can do these things to each other, but especially to kids. Like, I don't get that. You know, once in a while you fire a rocket and it might blow up a school, but and that's crazy and terrible, but like, I can't believe you'd actively seek out a child to assault or kill. Like, that's crazy. It's just as crazy any way it happens, but that's a real crazy way. So I am done as best I could to stay off of Twitter today, because good Lord. Scissor Me Daddy, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for being here.
Scissor Me Daddy! I'm not sure what they were doing, but... Scissor Me! Scissor Me! D-Max Beats. Scissor Me! Scissor Me! Scissor Me!